I'm back. I made it. I'm back. Hello. Hello, everybody. Look at this. It's Cozy Endeavorance. Can you believe it? Look how much my arms are covered. They're covered by whole sleeves. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that just like unprecedented? Hello. It's truly unbelievable. I'm also here with Flynn, who's currently like in maximum goob level. Not maximum goob level, but pretty high on the goob scale, on the goobometer. You can see, as you can tell from whatever is going on right here, he's being a bit of a goober. What's going on there? What's going on there? You flop? You flop. He just got back from his country club where we stash him while we're gone, and yesterday was mostly just a sleepy boy, and now he's a very lovey boy. So we'll see. He was just like right before the stream started, he was like directly in front of me and like all up on me and being like, please pet me, I love you so much. And then of course now he's a flop, right on time to not be cute on camera. Look at you. You're supposed to be my wingman here, Flynn. You're supposed to be helping me with this stream. This is a multi-species effort. You gotta carry you're doing a great job. He's doing great. I think he's doing great. What do you all think? Do you think he's doing great? Because I think he's doing great. Hello to everybody. So it looks like Inky was first to chat, but Enric the man was first to redeem the first. So Enric, your prize is a look at the mug that I'm drinking out of today. It's got polar bears, and I think that's pretty great. I think that's just special, you know? So that's very good. Consult the vibe cube, I can do that. I'll do that, and then I'll say hello to everybody. Starting off yellow. The yellow is back. We cannot escape its dominance. Everybody hunker down. We might be in for a very yellow stream. We'll see. Let's see here. Okay. Hello, Inky. Hello, L Vibes. Hello, Enric. What's up? Magical Ash. Hello. TN Tammy P. What's up? How's it going? Oh, thank goodness. I've been having a heck of a time getting work done. I'll work with you. Excellent. I'm happy to help be your body double. 8Ball. What is up? Milo. Hello. Sylvie. Hello. Ruid, I saw that you subscribed, and thank you very much. I've already got you on the board. Today, we've got the chalkboard of chalked boards. So, I mean, you know, do with that what you will, but that's the board that we have today with us, the chalkboard of chalked boards. And as a reminder, anybody who subscribes will get their name on the board. Mr. Slothman, what's up? What's up? LCSS, how is it going? Hello to you as well. Arazian, what's up? How's it going? And scrolling through, Cootie Queen. Welcome back, Dev. You didn't die. As far as I'm aware, if someone can let me know if I died, that would be really, really good. The boy is green. I'm very green today. I'm so freaking green today. I was choosing which hat to have on as I was starting, and I was like, I feel like I just gotta lean in, you know? Happy doggo. Kaizen Sithos. Yes, he is. He's a very happy boy. I'll rub his belly in just a second. That's very important, and don't worry, I will get to that. I will get to that. Hello. Risen Fire Productions, hello. Cam Jackson, morning. Just sent you poetry at an unreasonable hour last night. Well, excellent. I can't wait to read it. I've been working my way through that. Haven't really had a chance to actually get through as many as I wanted to. I think I'll be able to get through everything. It's just a matter of I've been extraordinarily busy, and I'll get to that. I've got stories. Blind Fox 7, tell Puppers I said hi. I can go do that right now. How's that sound? Let's go pet the belly. Hey, Flynn. Hey, Flynn. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Stream says hi. The stream would like to say hi, and so I'm giving you some belly rubs. Yeah? Oh my goodness. Look at that mouth. What's this? What's this? What's going on here? What's going on here? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a dog. Yeah. Doing good? Alright. Oh, come here, you. Oh, come here. Come here. Oh my goodness. Oh. My gosh. Oh, I'm getting bit. I'm gonna be covered in dog fur for the rest of the stream now. Like, is this what you wanted? You wanted me to just be covered in dog fur and dog slobber? Yeah. It's what the people want, Flynn. It's what the people want. I'm getting bit. Do you see this? I'm getting bit. That's okay. I like when he bites me. That's just how he shows love. It's just unfortunate that his love is painful sometimes. But that's okay. That's okay. He just loves hard. He does. This poor animal. This poor animal. I got him back from the country club yesterday, and immediately had to give him a bath. So it was out of the frying pan into the bath. He is not a very good bath recipient. Unlike me, I love receiving baths. That's weird. I don't receive baths. I don't know strike that. Just strike that one from the record, I guess. Stinky boy. Yeah, he was a very stinky boy. He smelled like a kennel. He's a bit better now. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Have you been to a Japanese bathhouse? I have not. I think I'd be into it, though. I'd be down. Eldest Saber says, yo, man, I love your videos. Came from your TikTok. Thank you for hopping over. I very much appreciate it. I know it's a lot easier to just keep on scrolling on the old TikTok, and so I know how much it takes to actually get out of TikTok and hop over and find me on Twitch, and I really appreciate it. So today, I did say I was going to be drinking coffee. I'm not. I'm drinking tea. I'm switching to tea in the afternoons because between my new medication and too much caffeine, I was getting a bit jittery. So today we've got some tea. What kind? It's literally just black tea. It's just black tea. I'm going to be getting a bunch of different types of tea. I think here's what I'm going to be doing. I think my afternoon streams and like my random afternoon stream, I might be changing my stream schedule again, and I'm so sorry. I'm not going to change Wednesday and Saturday. That's fine. But I might be figuring out something to do vis-a-vis random afternoon streams. And I might be calling them tea times. And I've got some tea with me. I'm gonna get different teas to try. I might even solicit ideas or submissions for tea paraphernalia, and we'll see. Cinnamon black tea. That sounds incredible. Yeah, we'll see what we want to do with it. I think it'd be fun to just have some tea together, don't you think? If we all came together, had a nice little ritual, hang out, have some tea. I'm a big fan of the sleepy tea time with the Sleepy Time tea with the bear on the box. Oh, hell yeah. I really want to try buckwheat tea. I've heard it's like super roasty and delicious. We've been bamboozled. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to lie to you about the whole coffee situation and all that. I try my very best to not lie to my viewers. But I'm going to get, when I'm reporting on stories, I'm going to get stuff wrong sometimes. And so sometimes when I'm reporting on if I'm going to be having coffee or tea, I might get that wrong. And I'm so sorry. I'll issue a correction, and I'll go pray for forgiveness, etc., etc., etc. I've got a story for you, and if I'm a little less animated than usual, hopefully this story sheds some light. I'm tired, and this might be a bit of an abbreviated stream because of that. But I am tired because here's what happened. Friday, I had a trip planned. I had a trip planned to be gone Friday through Sunday. Already a pretty quick trip. It was gonna be like a whirlwind trip. The idea was drive out to a like campground facility on Friday, then stay the night there. Saturday, wake up and drive a slightly shorter distance to a whitewater rafting place where they do the whitewater rafting, and then whitewater raft for a while, drive back to the campsite, sleep, and then drive home the next day. What ended up happening was, got to the campgrounds. It was super, super cute. I've got some photos to share. That'll be great. Had a good time there. Went to the, first half of the plans worked out great. Woke up the next morning, hopped in the car, drove an hour and a half to the whitewater rafting place. It was raining. there was rain the whole time, but we did it anyway. Hopped on the river. I'm gonna tell you right now, I dominated that river. I dominated it with a solid paddling. And so once I was done dominating with the paddling, I got off the river, hopped back in the car, drove an hour and a half back to the campsite. And my car started saying, hey, yo, dog, you should be aware, your tire pressure sucks ass. And I'm like, what? why? I don't want that to be the case. And thankfully, like, my car is fancy enough, I guess, to know when my tire pressure is not doing great. So I get out, and stop at a gas station, and top off the wheel PSIs, the PSIs, if you will, and then make it the rest of the way back to the campsite. Now, mind you, I'm in the middle of like really back country, like, area at this point. There is nothing around me except for, this is America, so I was in a rural area in America. The only thing around me was a concerning amount of churches. I say concerning because it was like seriously more churches than any other building, and all of them were saying things like, let Jesus into your heart or you'll burn in hell, and stuff like that. So a little eerie. Anyway, I get back to the campsite, check my tire. What's that sound? Oh, it's a leak. I can hear it. I can hear my tire leaking. So at this point, I had already driven an hour and a half both ways to and from the rafting place, rafted for 3 hours. Very exhausted already. In the middle of nowhere, multiple hours drive home with a leaky tire. I do a quick search. None of the places, like everywhere nearby that could have potentially helped with my tire, like all the tire shops that were nearby were at minimum 30 minutes away and closed or closing in the next 30 minutes. And the next day was going to be Sunday. Everything was going to be closed on Sunday because of the place I was at. So I made an executive decision to say, fuck it, and drive home on a tire that was actively losing pressure. I managed to find a member of the campgrounds facility had like a fix-a-flat thing, like that, like tire sealant spray that you can put into your tire, and that was my only real option. So I used that, which is like a weird, if you haven't seen it before, it's like a can, like a spray paint can with a tube that can like attach to a tire fill valve thingy. And you like spray this sealant and then drive your car a bit, and it's supposed to like spread the sealant around and help patch temporarily. But it also like fucks your tire. It like destroys the ability to repair your tire. So I did that, inflate the tire. It's still leaking. It didn't really work. I just ruined my tire for no reason. Didn't really work. And so I drive the next 2.5 hours home in a tropical storm, while stopping every once in a while at gas stations, praying that they're going to have a air pump that works. Most of them didn't, and I had to like keep stopping at gas stations to find one that did. And also, again, very out there. And so a lot of the places that I was stopping were like just out of a horror film. Like I went into this one place that I don't even know how to describe it. It was like you walked in and where you would normally expect to see like a convenience store, it was instead like a sort of diner, and there was one dude behind a counter cooking something for someone. I don't know who he was cooking for. I didn't see a menu. I didn't even see a register. It was just like we were chilling. Thankfully he was sympathetic to my cause of not knowing where the hell I was and not having an air pump available, and he told me where to go to find the nearest air pump place. I went to that place though. They had an air pump, but it was broken. And so I go inside and they're like, hey, yeah, we don't have an air pump that works right now, but we have this like little device that you can plug into your car, and it's like a portable air pump. That worked well enough. Got my tire back up to a workable state. Eventually got home after a day with like 6 cumulative hours of driving on top of 3 hours of rafting in the rain, etc. on a terrible night's sleep because it was like, first night on a campground. That's me complaining. I'm just complaining to you at this point. It was one of those things where in the moment kind of sucked, but already kind of funny how ridiculous that ride home was and how many places I had to stop to try to find air, and just the degree of weird that these places get. Anyway, I am back. This morning I dropped my car off at the shop. I'm gonna have to replace my tires, and now I'm here with a rental car temporarily while they're working on that. So I'm a little tired because I spent all weekend, which was supposed to be a relaxing vacation weekend, running around a lot, and then incurring car costs, and then having to get up this morning and rush my car over to the shop, etc. Bit bit tired. Oh God, stop it. No, I'm tired. Yes. Okay, you did it. It was good. It was good. Blitzubu says, hello, I just saw your TikTok story post. Stupid that you're still banned from TikTok Live. Hope you're having a good day. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I also want to catch up on the people who have followed so far. So The Wall 5035, The Cactus Click, Ad Breaks, Eldest Saber, Purple Haze 24, and Blitzabu. Thank you all so much for following me. I really appreciate your support. Let me catch up on the chat here. Church is more like cult homes. I'm fine with like pretty churches and shit. I'm here for that. But when I'm in really rural areas, like there was a period of time where I actually thought that I wanted to like move out and live in somewhere that was like more rural so I could have land and stuff. But I mean, I'm not the first person to make this joke. The joke of like, how do you live around trees but not Republicans? It's real, dog. Like, it's real. And I was out in a very rural area, and it's every time I do that fairly frequently. I like camping and hiking and all that stuff, so I'm pretty frequently out there. But like, you start seeing just the weirdest shit that just would not fly outside of like rural America, and it reminds you of just how wild and like fanatic American Christians are. And like, I'm not trying to hate on people who are Christians. Like, your faith is yours. It's whatever. You do it. You go for it. But the level of pushiness and the level of fire and brimstone that it gets when you get into the real rural areas, you see people who have, you know, like people will have signs next to their mailboxes. I don't know why this is a thing, but they just have like a mailbox with a sign on top that says like, bring Jesus in your heart or you will burn in hell. Just like verbatim. Or like, God deliver me from my unholiness. Or like, insert any other just deeply strange thing to post on like your home as everybody's driving by, just saying like, you're going to hell and fire and brimstone, and like just massive Trump posters and signs everywhere, just like a ridiculous number of American flags, billboards with, you know, if you abort a child you're going to hell. All of that stuff is just everywhere. Like just really aggressive. Also just signs that are like straight up like aggressive and racist. Like, I also saw a person who had a yard ornament that was a like in the style of a minstrel show black person just sitting in their yard, and it's like, gee, I wonder why people think America is racist, because of the racists. It's just very bizarre. It makes me deeply uncomfortable. You know, I'm a white dude, so if I have to like stop at a gas station or something in a place like that, they all think that I'm one of them. And so like, not infrequently, I've just had people just passing offhand comments like, I don't know why they thought that that's just like a normal ass greeting is like, yeah, I hate queer people. What? Like, that's not a greeting, my guy. I don't share these values with you. Why is that one of the first things that you're saying? Like, I don't know. It's bizarre and creepy. And everyone, like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean to people. Like, I don't want to just punch down. There are a lot of people in those areas who are like deeply impoverished, and that's just the way of life there. But also part of that way of life is just like extreme exclusionary, extremely pushy religion everywhere. And it's very uncomfortable. And I just feel so out of place there. Which is sad because it's also gorgeous. Like, it's very pretty in those areas. Ugh. Jesus was a handy guy. Sure would help to change the tire. Sounds like the Deep South. I mean, it wasn't the Deep South, but basically, yeah. I mean, I was on the Mason-Dixon line. Sylvie says, I'm back in Destiny 2. I need to get back into it. I keep falling right back off the horse. Funnily enough, the church I attend is 30 minutes away. That's surprising, because most churches there are, I mean, I don't know how rural you are, but there's a church on every corner there. And the vast majority of them are like shuttered anyway. So they're just like decrepit, decaying old chapels. And it's kind of creepy. Like, I've played Far Cry 5. It just feels like I'm in Far Cry, and it's very weird. Twisted Rose 56, thank you for the follow. Every Sunday at the overpass, we have MAGA Republicans with their vote Trump, anti-vax, anti-LGBTQ signs. Yeah, it's just like bizarre. Like the main thing I kept thinking was just like, what kind of a person makes this their entire personality? Like, your entire personality is like, you're going to hell and I hate queer people. And like fuck Joe Biden. There's so many fuck Joe Biden signs. And that is baffling to me. The amount of hate towards Joe Biden, the most boring guy ever to be elected to the presidency, and the amount of visceral hatred on display in those areas. Just flags waving, saying fuck Joe Biden. A giant sign in your yard that says I could shit a better president. That's what you're doing with your time and your land and your life and your home. You're dedicating a portion of your home to a sign that says, I hate Joe Biden. I mean, he's not my guy, but like, I don't spend that much time thinking about how much I hate him. It's just strange. It's just very, very strange. It's a strange, stark cultural shift. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere that's rural in America is like that. It's bizarre. And also, of course, like Confederate flags everywhere and whatnot. I have a friend from Indiana who is like, yeah, there's Confederate flags everywhere here. In Indiana, I've been in rural Maine and seen Confederate flags. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's weird what people think is just like normal and acceptable. Went to college in Indiana, can confirm. They had to put out a city ordinance thing to tell people to stop having signs with vulgar messaging because we had so many fuck Biden stickers on cars and flags down here. It's just bizarre. Like, it's bizarre. How to describe America in one word is weird. Yeah, like that's the thing is the main reason I'm calling this out is because this is just not normal in other countries. It's like other countries have religions and they're not that pushy about it. And like, I really don't want to over-index on just like railing on like evangelical Christians, but I mean, also I will rail on evangelical Christians because they are a huge problem in this country. The notion of like, oh, we're being persecuted because we don't have prayer in schools anymore. Like, the only thing people are asking is for you to not try to push your way of life on them. Hey, what? Wait, and like, who just subscribed? You demanding to have prayer back in schools or shutting down public schools to go all private school because you want prayer in schools. That's you forcing your way of life on other people. Like, that's exactly what you're complaining about. And I know that it's hypocrisy, and I know I don't get mad about hypocrisy because everyone's going to be hypocritical because that's the default state in 2023. But like, it's just weird. This doesn't happen elsewhere. Like, it happens in weird fucking countries that have a national religion that they force on you. But like, you're not gonna see crosses on the side of the road everywhere. You're not gonna see all these trucks that you pass. There was like a tow truck that just said Jesus is Lord, you know, hell is for sinners and stuff like that. Like, the amount of dump trucks that I see, I live in a major metropolitan area and I still see dump trucks everywhere that say Jesus is Lord and like Christ is with me, or like accept Jesus in your heart on their trucks. And it's like, what the fuck is this? If I like contracted somebody and they showed up in my house with their truck that literally had a fire decal that said like sinners burn in hell. If you showed up at my house with that shit, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing business with you. What? I don't need that in my life. What the hell? It's just bizarre. It's so strange. Other countries do not have that. You don't see crosses everywhere. You don't see like accept Christ in your heart. Or my favorite was let Jesus come into your heart. And it's like, dog, you're dangerously close to like some really weird shit. You just have to let Jesus come inside of you if you want to be saved. That's extreme. Yeah, it's extreme. It's extreme and it's everywhere and it's so casual. And it's like in It's everywhere. It's like at the gas station. There's just signs that say like, have you accepted Jesus? Stuff like that. And it's just... Meanwhile, you've got Jews who are like blamed for everything that goes wrong in this country. And there's like so few of them. And you don't see that shit with Judaism. You just don't. You don't see giant signs that say like, you know, Moses is the bestest everywhere. And like, again, I live in a major metropolitan area, and even we have a billboard nearby that is like, it just says like, have you accepted Jesus? Here's a phone number to call. And it's just, what? Fanatics are crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's just, they're in a crucible out there, and there's nothing to challenge their views on how the world should work. And so they just are how they are. There's so few people that they just assimilate. It's a very, very, it's a completely different country when you go rural in America. It's kind of awkward to have people just say, hey, let's shove Christmas out in general. Wait, what? It's kind of awkward to have people say, let's just shove Christmas out in general. And most of the Christians I grew up with now genuinely think those people are crazy. I think I need more context. I don't know what you're saying there. Oh, Christians. Let's shove Christians out in general. I feel like people often don't realize that so many Christians also find all this signage super awkward and uncomfortable. I'm not saying that it's all Christians. I know plenty of completely normal people who are Christians. There are the vast majority of Christians are just normal fucking people and don't do that weird shit. It's just very acceptable in those places. And so that happens a lot. And like the vast majority of the social structure in rural areas is centered around churches. And a lot of that stems from there. So like, I'm not hating on people who are Christians. Like that doesn't make you inherently bad or wrong. It's just a religion. There are plenty of religions and ways of life, but like the big ones are Christianity and Islam. And so there's a ton of interpretations and variations. And among those are going to be the like less fanatical and more fanatical. And they're very, very similar in expression on their, like fanaticism spectrums, I guess. But yeah. The First Amendment pretty clearly protects hate speech. The First Amendment actually doesn't protect hate speech. But the interpretation of what is hate speech is an issue. The First Amendment does not protect hate speech. I think it explicitly doesn't. Or at least there's an amendment or something. But what does and does not constitute hate speech is the discussion, right? And by discussion, I mean, it's what bad faith argumenters use to try to make it so that, you know, why can't white people say that word, you know? I said Christians, not Christmas. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm, like I said, a little tired. Still coming back online. Anyway, I want to get off that subject. Yeah, other than Jeebus people being cray, how was your weekend, good sir? It was good. It was good. The whitewater rafting was dope. And I have a couple of really sick photos to share. I also have a couple of subs on the board. Xana Pilgrim, thank you so much. The 6 months, what is up? And Twisted Rose 56. Let me get you both on the board. Xana Pilgrim and Twisted Rose on the chalkboard of chalked boards. Oh, it's not curled up. Xana Pilgrim and Twisted Rose. I hope you'll be able to see Flynn when I switch back to my camera, because he's a curled up pup right now. Oh my goodness, perfect. You see this? Do you see this little cinnamon roll? Oh, it's very good. It's very good. He's just a little cinnamon bun. He's just pushed over in the corner. Absolute perfect spot. Flawless execution, Flynn. Well done. Everyone's so happy. We got a snug pup in the corner. See, this is what we want. What we want is a snug pub. I should get a bed in here is what I should do, and put it there so that he frequents a certain spot more often. Maybe I'll find a dog bed for him. Put it out here. He's a star. He is a star. He deserves all of the love. Great consideration for the camera angle. Great wing pup behavior. Yeah, well done. Good wing pup. I've been considering getting a camera. I've got a bit of room behind where you guys currently are, and up. I might get a camera there to do like a bird's eye view so that you can see more Flynn in general, which I think would be very, very good. Let me find some photos real quick to share, because there was a couple of things that I saw right near my campsite that I was super, super hype about. I am going to need to transfer some pictures to my computer though, so give me just one moment to share a few. All right, bonk. All right, they've been moved over. And then real quick, I just need to check what we got here. I want to blur out somebody's face real quick because I do not have their consent to show them and they're in a photo. So I'm going to blur a face, and by blur I mean just put like a black box over their face. I hope they don't mind. Ah, that didn't work. Fill. Solid color. Okay. Save. Perfect. Very good. I did a super good editing job here. But I'm gonna put this on the screen now. Add image. Okay. Image. And then browse. Okay. Here is my whitewater rafting action shot. Check it. Here's my very good editing job here. The water was a bro and helped me Photoshop these people out. But this person was not Photoshopped out. Anyway, check it. Yeah, I still have the hat on. Let me talk about that. It's like the helmets that are provided have like a plastic, it's like a little league helmet basically, so it's got like a plastic inner rim, and I was like, I do not want to be spending the next 3 hours being jostled around on a river with like plastic crap like brushing up against my head, and that sounds painful. Also, it was actively raining, and that's a wool beanie, and wool is really good at not like just absorbing and soaking up all the water. So kept me warm, kept me dry. That was the right call. Like I said, dominated the river with a solid paddling. But let's move on to this. Oh dear, hold on. Let me shrink this down. Shrink it down more. Very big picture. Super large picture. Still very large. Still very, very large. All right. Check this shit out. I posted this on my Instagram. I might have also shared it in Discord. But this was like 20 feet from my campsite. And I think it's just the cutest shit. And I want to be a forest boy and just live here. So it's like a nice little like creek pathway thing going on. I don't even know what to describe it. It's not really a bridge. It's just like a path that like winds out into the forest. And then there was also like a there was a fire pit back there too. 100% would be whisked away by Faye. You got to get ready for my next picture though, because the next one's even more like fucking fairy tale shit. But yeah, loving this. Had an absolute blast walking on this path. But you ready for this last one? Let me make sure I've got this right. Okay, yeah, you ready for this? You ready for this? Wabam. Check that thing out. Look at this. Look at this. A bridge through the woods made of like gnarled twigs and logs and stuff. Gorge. Absolutely gorgeous. Very, very fun. And also, yeah, it's a little fairy bridge, right? Like I told you. It's like the Fae, yeah, built by Fae. Absolutely. And I think that's really great. I think that's very good. Cannot convince me otherwise. Yeah, no, that's canon. That's canon. Let's ride the roller coaster real quick. Please keep your hands, feet, ears, eyes, mouth, and Flynn inside the vehicle at all times as we ride the roller coaster. Hi, bud. Please stay inside the vehicle. He's like, okay. He's like, okay. Okay, good. We kept the Flynn. Looks like my old bridge in my house upstate. I miss it. Flynn heard his name. Yeah. He was like, what? What? Consult the vibe cube. Are we still yellow? We have switched. We are magenta. We are now magenta. So no worries about that anymore. We're good. We're good. Where? What the hell? Okay. Sorry. I was looking for something and I couldn't find it. I found it. That's very good. Is Doggo? Yeah, somebody was asking if they had missed the Flynn. You did not. Let's see. Where was that? Late to the stream. Did I miss the Goober Dog? Bird with a Glock. No, you did not miss the Goober Dog. He is right here, and he is a curled up pup right now. He's just a little bit of a cinnamon bun. This music is very fitting for Fae discussion. Here's the thing. Like, you show me some kind of like forest fairy vibe, I'm just there for it. If it's under a moonlit sky, I am done. You've got me. I will sign on the dotted line for that shit. I want to be lost in a mystical forest. Gotta be smoky. Gotta be smoky. Little critters running around. Question. Speaking of the word critter, I've triggered myself. I got into a discussion, and I need all of your input on this one. Critter. Have you ever thought about how to determine what does and does not qualify as a critter? For example, I think we could probably all agree that a rabbit is a critter. Do we agree on that? Is a rabbit a critter? Because I would say that a rabbit is a critter, right? Okay. Is a grasshopper a critter? Does that constitute a critter? Okay, so a grasshopper is a critter? I'm seeing a lot of yeses. Yes, because small. Okay. Okay. Is a hawk a critter? That's... See, no, yes, no, yeah, see? Now it's getting hard. No, because Sky. The other Bryce says nah. No, it's a bird. Okay, so apparently birds can't be critters? Too big, but what about a small bird? Right? Is a small bird a critter? Critters are small land buddies. So here's the thing. I described, yeah, grasshoppers fly though. Yeah. It's getting difficult. Critters are smaller than large house cats. Must be ground dwelling or arboreal. Must be animals. Okay, so Big Sister Meg, where do you lie on grasshoppers? Birds eat critters? Is a snake a critter? Is a snake a critter? It's a slither boy. I feel like predators aren't critters. I agree with that. I agree with that, Captain Maelstrom. I also feel like if it is a predator, it's not a critter. But then that brings up foxes. Are foxes critters? And are possums critters then? Because possums eat like voles, which are critters. So foxes are critters. Yeah, that's problematic though. Foxes are bundles of joy and nothing else. It's just difficult. It gets tricky after a while. And so I tried to define critter as, if it can be defined as just a little dude, that's probably a critter. And that holds pretty well, I think, but it's not perfect. But typically, if it fits the definition of It's just a little dude. It's a critter. But I got actually looking into what a critter is. Let me pull up the old browser here because it's important. It's important that we talk about this and understand. Because critter has like an etymology, right? So if we go to Merriam-Webster and Wiktionary. All right, okay. Wiktionary, which is not super, dependable, but it's fine. First attested from 1815, a dialectical pronunciation of creature. So it just means, or it just derives from creature, right? And oh yeah, also I liked this, that coordinate terms are beastie. Beastie's pretty good. Derived terms also included crotch critter, which I thought was hilarious. Over on the old Merriam-Webster, what do we got here? An animal. That's all it says. It just says animal, right? So we don't have authoritative guidance here, is the problem. Flies, gnats, mosquitoes, ticks, mice, and lice pester your horse year-round. If you ignore them, these critters can cause your equine friend months of misery. So according to Charlene Strickland, flies, gnats, mosquitoes, ticks, mice, and lice are all critters, which doesn't seem right, because those are creepy crawlies, and there's a difference between critters and crawlies. One of the hardest things to learn in language is the letter of the language versus the spirit of the word. Yeah, no, I agree. Language is dumb. I'm not trying to say that we have to be beholden to some archaic interpretation. I mean, like, words are words and they change. Different things mean different things, etc. But I'm just saying we do need a little bit of standardization around what is and is not a critter, because I can't even tell anymore. Up is down, left is right, Flynn is nilf. I don't even know what to do anymore. I have a linguistics degree. I'm an authority and able to say language is dumb. Very good. Are humans critters? I mean, humans can be just little dudes is the problem. Humans can be just little dudes. So maybe they can be a critter. Always asking the real questions in a day. This is going to be on my mind for months to come. Yeah, I've got a load of questions that are really great bar arguments, like meaningless arguments that are much more fun with multiple participants who are slightly intoxicated. Deb specializes in afternoon existential crises. I mean, you're not wrong. That's what I do best, honestly. That is what I do best. It's nice when there's a defined set of rules, like sand versus silt versus clay. What's rough for me is clay versus like mud. Although I guess clay is more specific. I apologize for yawning on stream, y'all. Like, I'm doing okay. It's just like I'm riding a, multi-day exhaustion is all. I'll be back to hopefully my chipper self by the time I'm doing my Wednesday stream. Has to do with particle sizes, etc. I feel like it also has to do with how good of a pot can you make with it. Civil engineering, we've got everything we need. We've got like zoologists, we've got like etymologists, we've got civil engineering. We're ready. Let's just go start our own society. Holy shit. Civil engineering student here, says Cootie Queen. Clay versus silt versus sand is all about particle size. Aerospace engineer student. Yo, all right, you all bring the hard sciences. I'll bring a dog. And we're basically set to start our own little society. Nurse, perfect. Perfect. We have everything we need. We've got medical covered. We've got civil engineering. We've got dog. Everything we need. All we need is land. I'm sure we could like just like, I don't know. There's got to be an island somewhere that we can just take. I'm pretty sure if you just like plant a flag, you get it, right? I think that's how that works. That's how they did it in the past. I don't see why we can't do it now. I just got a text message. What's it say? What's it say? What? I got it. What? I got a text from I got a text message from the like shop, and it's a from my car shop, and it's a video of my car. I'm assuming that they're telling me something, and I need to like reply to it. So what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm very confused. I got a text message to a link that says, this is a video of your car. Let us know what you think. And so the video, it's just a video of my car, and I'm supposed to let them know what I think of what it says. So, there's a website that allows you to buy private islands. I've actually looked at that before. Me and my coworkers previously were like, we should just buy an island and retire. But it turns out islands are expensive. Ask Mr. Beast. Yeah, I could probably, you know, him and I are really on the same level of creator, so I'll just reach out to him and be like, can I get an island? Let them know it's very car-like. I've got that recently too. The video is a mechanic going over what they discovered and what they recommend, or just a summary of the repair. Interesting. Well, you know, just to not keep them waiting on me, I'm gonna go to my Be Right Back screen real quick. I'm gonna keep some music playing and mute my mic and check that out real quick and take care of it. I'll be back in like 4 minutes. Don't go anywhere. I'll be sad. Stay right there. If you leave, you won't be able to see this great dog. Okay, I'll be right back, y'all. BRB. My rear brake pads need to be replaced. And I find that to be obnoxious because it costs more money. And I don't have unlimited money, which is annoying. But I'd rather have working brake pads than not having brake pads. So, okay. I've already I've just upsold myself into what could, if I didn't use the fix-a-flat stuff and left my tire in a repairable state, not that I would have been able to get home without doing that, then this would have probably been a couple $100 maybe. But instead, I am now getting an entire set of new tires and my rear brake pads replaced. So that's gonna cost a $1.50. So okay, cool. Dog has moved. Dog update. Dog has moved. Still comfy. Still comfy boy. Just kind of hanging out. I think that's pretty great. I think that's really wonderful. I hate this for you. Thank you, Cootie Queen. I hate this for me too. That happened to me last number is so annoying. That's expensive shit. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, very thankfully, I have a I budget for home improvement / home repair, and I haven't had to use much of that recently, so I'm just gonna tap into that, I guess. And so it shouldn't throw me for too much of a loop, but it is annoying. But I also would rather have it done because there's potentially in the next couple of years a cross-country drive or two in my future. So I would rather my car be in a situation where I don't have to worry about my brakes giving out during a cross-country drive than not. So unless somebody here is a car mechanic to add to our civilization that we're creating, but I don't know about that one. I'm gonna have some Cheez-Its. Ow. I'm here. Where's the furniture? Oh, hi, Diana. Here's my furniture. I will have you know. I would like to bring everyone's attention to the window above the air conditioning unit. Notice the lack of cardboard. Pardon me. It's not perfect, but it's better. I got vinyl sheeting that blocks it out, and it's just like a white little vinyl sheet. I am mad because it looks like there's a huge crack right here above my finger, but there's really not. It's just that there's light shining through, and the camera is like, oh, there's light back there. I'm gonna amplify the hell out of it. So I've ordered vinyl markers, like the kind that you use to write on a car on a used car lot or whatever, or the kind that you put Yas Queen on the back of your car. on the window there. You know, that thing that everybody does. And I'm gonna see if I can like mark out the corners to see if that would like stop any extra light bleed and see if that would help. I'm considering also getting some blackout curtains for these windows right here, but I like those windows. I open them frequently and put a fan in the window. But we'll see. Upgrades, people, upgrades. Upgrade indeed. As for the rest of the furniture, I don't know. What the hell should I do? I don't know what I should do in this room. Aside from like some storage in the corners, because like I need better storage than the boxes that I've got over here right now. But like, I literally get a portal. That's a good idea. Dog bed for Flynn is a solid play. I think I'm gonna put a dog bed, like right where he was before, like right here on the ground. Because if we can collectively work together to train this animal to just cozy up right there, that's great. That's gonna like up my I'm gonna get like rocketed up the charts on Twitch just for having a good dog in the background. Hydrate, I can do that. A wall full of the used cardboard boxes from various types of beer. Diana, what? I mean, like, that sounds really, really, really great if I were in college. I should go back to college so I can do that. If you're genuinely saying if that's a thing that you want, I'm sorry. Hello. I don't know if that's my vibe necessarily. I do like beer. Brett Kavanaugh and I do have that in common, but I don't know if I'm gonna have a wall of used beer boxes. I also don't tend to buy beer that comes in boxes, so I'm not quite sure about that one. Better Boomstick, thank you so much for the follow. Deeply appreciado, very much appreciated. One giant expired carton of mac and cheese. Cheez-Its boxes, that could be a wall of Cheez-Its boxes, that could be good. Wall of growlers. Way to clock me. I was actually invited to, this is so heartbreaking. I used to be, it's not that heartbreaking. I used to live down the street from this place that opened up. It was like a brewery, like a brew pub, big patio, really wonderful space. Kind of small on the inside, and like their actual brew deck wasn't super huge. But lovely people run by this like super sweet lesbian couple that I ended up becoming like somewhat good acquaintance slash lightweight friends with. Like we don't like pal around together all the time, but whenever we see each other we hug and catch up and whatnot. And they ended up being pretty successful and expanded into a much bigger facility that happened to be, so I lived like down the street from this place, then I moved and they opened up a facility down the street from me. So there's another one of their locations pretty close by that they moved into, and that's been great. But they're now closing that original location because it turns out the owner of that original location is a piece of shit, has been giving them trouble this whole time, like, you know, the lease and whatever. And the space is just like not worth them keeping at this point. And so they're closing that place down, but they're going to do like a farewell party, and they invited us to that. And I'm pretty excited to go to that. But they are very cool people, and they make very good beer. It's like a couple, and then one of their cousins, I think, is the head brewer. Cool folks. They're enabling you to enjoy more delicious brewed beverages. I have not been drinking much recently, and it's probably for the best. I lost a lot of weight a couple years ago. I talked about this before. I lost like 70 pounds in a year, and a lot of that was just cutting back on how much I was drinking. Very Andy from Parks and Rec in that sense. But I love booze. I like good beer. I love good cocktails. I like wine. I love scotch. I love scotch. I like making cocktails. I like drinking cocktails. I like discovering cocktails. I like alcohol, but I've been really trying to cut back and not let myself just like have it so casually, because it was like, it wasn't a problem, but it was like, you know, I'd finish a stressful day and be like, I gotta have a beer or two or whatever. And it's like, I really want to not have that not be a part of my life, but also now I'm such a freaking lightweight because I've not been drinking very much, which is a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because I only get one drink at a dinner and I'm fine, but it's a curse because like I said, I like to consume, and after a couple of drinks I'm gonna be a little floppy, and also I get a headache now, which sucks. By the power of edibles, I've almost quit drinking overnight. Yeah, that's the other thing, is I started getting when I started getting my medical cannabis, I pretty much every day have an altered state of mind because of that. And I don't want to be doing that and alcohol so frequently. And so it's like, just kind of replace one for the other, except for one of them has 0 calories and the other one has hella calories. Like, alcohol is just straight up calories. I missed something. Where's the... What? Something about a winery and a treehouse. I'm looking for that. Where's... I don't see the... I see a reply to Big Sister Meg talking about a winery and a treehouse. I don't see the original post, though. Oh, there it is. I went to a winery and a treehouse this weekend. It was lovely. 10 out of 10. Okay. Found the post, and my response is, dope. That's cool. I love treehouses. I stayed in a treehouse in Colorado once for a little while. That was fun. I want to praise the fact that I have a solar panel sparrow. What? I don't know what that... I mean, cool. We need the praise emote. Oh yeah, we do need the praise emote. You're right. Petition to put more things in trees. I do like putting things in trees. I really do. Yeah, I stayed at a... Oh, Destiny 2 sparrow. Okay. I stayed at a cabin treehouse in Colorado over Thanksgiving. Praise! A handful of years ago with a couple of friends, and that ruled. It was in the middle of nowhere in Colorado. Again, a little creepy. Same vibes as I was talking about earlier in the stream. A little bit creepy vibes. I've got a good story around that I might have told before, but yeah, it was a treehouse cabin. We burned through so much freaking wood that it was an Airbnb, and the owner left a review being like, they went through a lot of wood in the wood burning stove, but it was cold. But they also had a hot tub. And so like me and my 2 buddies were chilling in the hot tub 5 feet apart because we're not gay. And we were in the hot tub for quite a long time each day because, of course. And one of the days, the owner showed up, or like, you know, someone associated with the owner showed up and was like, I have to re-chlorinate the water in the hot tub. And so she adds more chlorine to the hot tub, and she goes, I may have added too much chlorine, so maybe wait a little while before you get in again. And we were like, okay. And, you know, we're kind of like bopping around or whatever. We get back, we're like, whatever, it's probably been long enough. Let's get in the hot tub. 3 of us get in the hot tub, and we all start knowing we're all penis havers, and we all start noticing that our dangly bits are stinging a bit, and it's not particularly pleasant. And so, but there was only one shower in the cabin, and so we like drew straws and it was like too cold to get out otherwise. So it was either get out and deal with being freezing, or stay in and deal with tingly bits. And then yeah, so we drew straws to see what order we would get out, and one by one we got out and showered off, and it was getting a little better. But yeah, I don't recommend. But fun story about that trip. We were on a hike. We were just like in the middle of the mountains, in the middle of nowhere in Colorado, and we went on a hike. It was very difficult to tell what was and was not private property. We ended up getting to a small like neighborhood area that we just like happened upon, and it was perfectly quaint, but it was very small, and again, very rural, very out there. And a very sweet dog, who I could maybe find a picture of them because we took a couple pictures, came up to us and had a ball in his mouth, and he had a tag that said that his name was Goose. And so Goose, who was a very sweet lab, came up to us with a ball and dropped it at our feet. And we were like, oh, hey, it's somebody's dog, and they want us to play fetch. So we threw the ball, And Goose went running back into his yard, caught the ball, brought us the ball back, put it down on our feet. And so we threw it again. And we're like, okay, that's enough. We start moving on with our hike. And Goose follows us with the ball, being like, okay, I mean, I'll follow you, but you got to throw the ball again. And so Goose just starts following behind us as we're trying to leave. And there's no one around. There's nobody out. There's nobody here. And Goose just starts following us. And we're like, oh, he'll probably turn around and go home at some point. He followed us for 3 miles on our hike back to our cabin. We just have this dog and his ball. And boy, howdy, ball is life. Dog did not let go of ball. Goose was all about that. At one point, he dropped it and it went down a ravine. And he ran down that ravine, got the ball, and came back to us. And he was just following us everywhere we went. So we accidentally kidnapped this dog. We get back to the cabin. And we decide to try to load the dog up into our rental car and try to find our way back and let the dog back out and like go up to the people whose house it was and be like, hey, sorry, we accidentally stole your dog. So we do that. We load up Goose. He's pretty thirsty at this point, so he's eating some snow. We load him up into the car. He's a super sweet dog. We get there, and my friend Chris, who is black, gets out of the car, and we like let Goose out back, and Chris goes to go knock on the door and be like, hey, we accidentally stole your dog. But before he does that, he has a realization that he's black and we're in the middle of an extremely rural area. Almost definitely everyone here has many guns and probably wouldn't take super kindly to someone who looked like him walking up being like, I stole your dog. And so he has his thoughts get the better of him, and instead he takes Goose's ball and just throws it as hard as he can, as far away from the car as he could, jumps back into the car and just yells, gun it. And we realize what the hell is going on and floor it out of there. So we fucking peel out of there and then realize that they have a security camera looking over their driveway. So those people forevermore have a video of a car pulling up to their driveway, their dog getting out of the car, and then a dude just throwing the ball as far as possible, then running away and shouting, gun it, and us just peeling out of their driveway. And so that is one of my favorite stories, and a very, very good memory. And also surfer vibes. I am too tired to do the dance, but I'll do a little bit. That's all you're getting today. To this day, Goose wonders where his new friends went. I feel so bad. I miss Goose. He was such a good boy. Let me see if I can find a photo of him. Almost definitely I can. We make the whitest dude among us do rural interactions whenever possible. Vibe cube change. Cyan. We've had one of each. We're on Cyan now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Imagine Goose following you all the way home. He would have followed us to the end of the earth. I'm just going to search dog and see what happens. Nope, that's Sog. I don't want to search Sog. Dog. Okay, that's a lot of pictures of Flynn. That's a lot of pictures of Flynn. That's 800 pictures of Flynn. Let me see if I can go back in time. Let's just zoom. This was like 2017, maybe. It's just Flynn all the way down. It's just all sorts of Flynns. Okay, well, I won't be able to find this. So, never mind. If I find a picture of Goose, I will share. He was a good boy. He deserves to be shared with the world. Not the best search method. I mean, like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna like I could search it was in Colorado. I can do like Colorado search. Oh wait. Oh, I have a bunch of pictures of the cabin, but where's my picture of the good dog? Did I destroy the evidence? Is that what I did? Maybe that's what I did. Anyway, here I'll show you the cabin at least because it was sick. Welcome to my stream where I browse my photo library and tell you what I'm looking at. It's a great stream and I think we're doing really good. Image. Here you go. Look at this thing. Look at this cabin. This is where we stayed. Literal treehouse cabin. It was sick. It was so cool. And it was like actually pretty nice inside. I mean, it was definitely a cabin, but it was like a whole ass treehouse. This is dope. Yeah. Super, super, super sick. I would absolutely live there. And the like it had like a shower made out of stone. It was dope. I'm just gonna go ahead and the ladder going up the tree on the right and everything. Yeah, it's a straight up treehouse. I mean, like there's a you could like pull up around or actually you couldn't pull up to it. No, you had to cross a stream. You had to park and then cross a stream to even get to this treehouse. There was no parking near it. You had to walk, you had to like hike up to your house. Yeah, no, I don't know if I've talked about this before. I mentioned that this place had a stone shower on the inside. I am a slut, but I'm a slut specifically for bathrooms, for fancy bathrooms. I love fancy bathrooms. I don't know what it is about it, but all I want in this world, I don't care what the rest of my house is like. I just want a slammin' bathroom. I want a tub that I can soak in. That's fancy. I want a cool shower that preferably has just many more shower heads than you would expect. I want the kind that like is the rainfall and the side ones, maybe a steam shower. Oh God, I love a good bathroom. I just want to feel fancy. Explains a lot about the bidet. Yeah, I'm trying to have an ornate cleansing experience. That's all I want. I want to soak in a tub by an overlook. That's all I'm asking for, and I feel like that's not too much. Can I tell you horror stories about my bathroom? Typically if someone's going to tell me a horror story about their bathroom, it's like I took a huge dump. Heated flooring, yes. But I guess, I mean, I'll listen to it. Leg 2x. So I guess leg. Thank you for the follow. I concur with whoever said heated flooring. Yes. I want heated Oh, look at this. Look at this dog. What do we got going on here? We just got a little puddle. Damn. Leg. Welcome to the chat, many legs. Yeah, I want heated flooring. My brother got that installed in his office that he like got renovated recently, and I want that. But yeah, if not heated flooring, then I want at least a space heater in there. Cause like I currently, you know, I'm in a situation where it's like, oh, it's cold as hell outside. Step out of the shower. Oh, I guess everything on my body is frozen now. And that ain't fun. But let me tell you, you want to just like up your quality of life in general, invest in a good bathrobe. Just do it. Just get a good bathrobe. I love that shit. You get out of the shower, you towel off pretty well, but then you just put the bathrobe on. It's gonna take care of drying you the rest of the way while keeping you cozy and like just making you feel like $1 million. And I love feeling like many dollars. So, you know, every other stream around here turns into an unpaid ad for that one waffle robe or whatever. Diana, you're revealing my secrets of just talking about bathrobes and bidets back and forth forever. And how much I love my spa waffle. Get a sturdy hook, not some stick-on crap. Yeah. My bathroom, my like main bathroom is just so fucking small. It makes me really sad. I mean, like I have done what I can to make the layout like capable and like feel good to use. But it's just cramped in there, and it makes me a sad boy because I want my nicest bathroom in my house is in my basement, which is obnoxious. I should just shower down there. I was for a while. Dev just knows he can talk about that stuff and we will stay and listen because we have nothing else to do. That's not the case. That is absolutely not the case. That is not what's going on in my head. What's going on in my head is these are things I genuinely like to make proselytize about. But what's really going on in my head is God damn it, Endeavorance, get off of this topic. Everyone's gonna get bored and leave. There has never once, in all of my time streaming so far, been a moment where I was like, talk about whatever. They're not gonna leave. No, that's not how it's working up in here. That's not what the old noggin is doing. The old noggin is going, this is awful. This is terrible content. What are you doing? They're gonna leave if you keep talking about this shit. Never once have I been just chilling and being like, they can deal. Let's see. Crypto Waifu has some horror stories. They decorated it in campground hillbilly chic. It has corrugated metal walls, random pipes that don't lead to anywhere attached to the exposed plumbing in the shower, and the ceiling is supposed to look like sticks in a canopy. And they didn't seal the corrugated metal top or bottom, so I'm pretty sure there's mold behind them because the walls behind them are wood. Oh my god. And because this house has floor vents, the floor quickly vents directly into the shower. So when the AC kicks on, you get ice cold air shot up your booty hole. Oh my goodness. I can put a picture in Discord. Which channel should I throw it on? Put it in Upstream. That is for stuff for me to look at for the stream. You should consider having a send me a rant redeem. Offer a topic and a strong opinion from your local millennial. That's pretty good, actually. I like that a lot. Take a look at Upstream. Yeah, go ahead and plop it in there. If you give me a topic, I can probably rant about it. Almost definitely. I need to take a very quick bio break. But I will be back in approximately 3 minutes. And I will keep Dog out here with me, I promise. And I will take a look at that picture when I am back. Don't touch that dial. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. And I'm probably going to eat some more Cheez-Its too. So we're going to take a look at those photos together, make fun of it. That's going to be fun. And in the meantime, somebody come up with a good rant topic, and I'll do a rant, and that'll be fun. There's a video about the tree in Upstream too. Perfect. We got some stuff to cover in Upstream when I'm back. All right. BRB. I told you I'd be back. And I told you I'd still have a dog, although he's hiding now. He's behind me. Why are you over there? Why are you all the way over there? Oh, because he's sleepy. He's a yawny boy. He's a yawny boy. That's okay. Maybe he's a little camera shy right now. Let's see here. I also remembered a thing that I wanted to announce that I'm very excited to announce that I haven't announced yet, that I should announce. But first, let's make Dev rant about Dust. Oh dear. I have a lot of thoughts about Dust. I think bio-break is my least favorite corporate term to come out of the COVID era, and I can't tell why I hate it so much. That is shocking. I have never heard somebody say bio-break in a meeting. I got it from, like, raids, from, like, gaming. Typically it'd be like, does anybody need a bio-break before we start this boss? Yeah, so that's where I picked it up from. So I don't know about that. But if your company is saying bio-break, then you definitely have a company with some capital G gamers. I'll tell you what. We could rant about the push for people to return to office or something nerdy, maybe like D&D stuff. Everyone likes D&D stuff, or they should. They should. They very much should. A rant on Olive Garden. Rant about additional seasonings on bread products. I have opinions. A rant about standardized testing. I have opinions. A rant on food taste changing due to companies. That actually reminds me of a thing that I might. A food taste changing due to companies changing the ingredients. I might actually have a thing about that. A rant about Dev going on a rant about Dev going on a rant about Olive Garden. Yeah, fuck that guy. I could rant about that. Okay. It's just my company. I think it's just your company. I think it's just your company. Ooh, do you play WoW? I don't play WoW. I did play WoW. But not, I never raided in WoW. I raid in Destiny 2 primarily. And yeah, like depending on the raid, sometimes you still need to do a bio break. Although normally with a good team, we can knock out most of those raids in an hour and a half, 2 hours. But sometimes you're doing Garden of Salvation and you're doing a freaking a Divinity run. And it's 8 hours in, and you're like, I want to die. Bio-break is gamer speak. Yeah. Do you like to game? If so, what's your favorite game this year? Yes, I do like to game. I am a gamer. I'm a gamer boy. What's your favorite game this year? Probably Baldur's Gate 3. Tears of the Kingdom I haven't spent enough time with. I wasn't in a good headspace when Tears of the Kingdom came out. And so I really haven't given it the old college try. I mean, this is new to me this year, but Vampire Survivors, I never played it back when it was like super popular. But I've been playing that a bunch recently. I mean, Destiny 2 is my go-to game. Yeah, a lot of stuff is out. I'm super hyped for Hades 2. Holy shit. And I've been considering starting to play some Hades on stream because, like, yo, what a good game. And what an incredible soundtrack, too. Oh, my God. What a good game. Another game that I might play on stream because I think it'd be a fun game to have everybody sort of, like, have opinions and feel like a bit of like, ownership over is Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I love. Okay, I love Fire Emblem. And Three Houses is just so cozy, at least the first half. And the characters are so fun. And the game is just so open and there's so much you can do. And I love it. And a nice cast of hot anime teenagers who get a lot hotter after a time skip. And probably a lot more legal after a time skip also. And all having a lot of complicated, interconnected stories. I live for that shit. So, wait, okay, I'm already getting off topic. I'm supposed to be ranting about something, but before I even do that, while we have this extremely hype rock music in the background, I want to say a thing. I have an announcement to make. You were here first. You heard it here first. I'm going to make a video about this another time and post it to my various socials. But I am super, super excited to say that I have been approved for a media pass to go to PAX Unplugged, which is a tabletop gaming convention in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, December 1st through 3rd. So I was not expecting that to happen. I didn't expect them to look at my account and be like, yeah, we can approve this boy. But yeah, I got a media pass, gonna be going with some other folks. I'm excited to see, I mean, Diana's gonna be there. We're gonna hopefully do some content. I have to make things. The point of the media pass is to make some content, so I'll probably be making some content there. That'll be good. Praise indeed. I was not expecting that to happen, genuinely. Like, I don't know. I've talked a little bit about how much I like tabletop stuff. I really wish I was doing more gaming and tabletop stuff in general vis-a-vis content creation, and I'm going to be trying to move more in that direction where I can. I'm working with a couple of folks on on helping me with editing, and I'll have more to say about that soon once we kind of like get the details hammered out and figured out and whatnot. But hopefully I will soon enough be in a situation where I can have some folks who are helping with editing to free up some time for me to be doing more content stuff and thinking more about how much I love octopus dreams. And so I'm hoping that in the not so distant future, there'll be more like fun, engaging gaming content from me, as well as potentially like a tabletop series. I am sitting over here like fantasizing about running a game with a bunch of other creators, because it's a fantasy, because I just don't have the time right now. But I really, really want that to be the case, and I'm going to be trying to make that happen at some point. So it's not, I don't have a timeline to share. I don't even have a game or a concept, or a crew or anything. But I am hoping that before the end of the year, I will be doing something. Diana says, gotta run to a meeting, but I'll be back for more TTRPG hype in a bit. Well, take care, have a good meeting. Be sure to tell them that you need to take a bio break. You eat the crab. Yeah, that's so like, let me start some more music and then I'll go on a rant. I've got a couple of different rant topics and you gave me a bunch of rant topics, so we'll do that. That'll be fun. Let me just start some more music. Bonk. My beef is missing. I'm sorry that I removed the beef. I'll add it back. I kind of missed the beef too. So it's kind of funny to me, and like, no, oh, dog is here. He's there. He's just in an inconvenient location for the camera to pick him up. I apologize. He's still here. You can see his snoot right over yon. Gifted subscriptions. Thank you for that. Oh, thank you. Also, I think I missed a bunch of stuff. Let me go make sure I didn't miss anything. Better Boomstick, I don't know if I got you or not, but thank you for the follow. In Bloom Shelby, thank you for the follow so much. And In Bloom Shelby, thank you for the subscribe. Let me get you on the board. As a reminder, anybody who subscribes gets on the chalkboard of chalked boards today and today only. So In Bloom Shelby, let me go ahead and get you on the board. In red, I missed the I, so In Bloom Shelby. Not my best handwriting ever, but you're still the best. You're still the best ever, Shelby. Thank you. So, what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh, a lot of people ask, and this is not a, I'm not insulted by this, and I'm not annoyed by this at all. So like, if you've asked this before, please, sorry, what? Nearly 3K vibes, Dev, your time is thin. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I'm very confused now. Okay, backing up. A lot of people have asked me if I play games, if I played Baldur's Gate 3, etc, etc, etc. Oh, channel points. Got it. I was not thinking. Was not thinking. Got it. Okay. Composure. I think my ADHD meds are wearing off, and I can feel my brain losing the ability to stay on topic. It's fucked up. It's very bizarre. So this is not, I'm not saying I'm annoyed by this. I'm not saying that I'm insulted by this. If you've asked this question in the past, it's perfectly fine. I get a lot of people asking if I game. I get a lot of people asking if I've played something like Baldur's Gate 3, or people who are even surprised when they find out that I game. I also find it very strange that I'm saying game as a, when I game. I never say that. I play a lot of video games. That's how I put it. I don't say I game. Doesn't matter. That is like my whole shit. I am much more a game boy than I am a news boy, which is bizarre because I know that the vast majority of people who know me on via social media know me because of like news coverage. And it's very strange because I don't consider myself a news boy. I know I am. I know that's how everybody sees me, but I just don't think of myself that way. And I don't think that that's going to change. It's just not the self-image that I have. It's not the self-perception that I have. And so when someone's like, oh yeah, oh my God, do you play games? Or like they find out that I play games. They're like, oh, I didn't know you play games. It's like, dog, that's like the basis of my reality is video games. I have always loved games as long as I can remember. Since like the first time that I saw a video game, I was like, this is amazing. This is like what I want in life. And I started to like make up video games that like in my imagination, I'd be like playing with my toys, but it would be a video game in my imagination. And then when I was old enough to understand what like it actually meant to have a video game, I like got into programming, which was like my whole ass career because I wanted to make video games. And so I got into game development. I got into programming to make video games. I ended up going into web development as a career, but like video games have like crafted my life for me. Like my relationship with my father and brother are largely built on top of Diablo 2. My like the way I think about things and solve problems was constructed by Zelda dungeons. Like learning how to solve puzzles in Zelda dungeons is what I think taught me critical thinking and how to explore and how to problem solve. Like everything about me stems from gaming, and I don't know. That's just it's where I find comfort. It's how I relax. It's everything to me. And so it's funny when people are like, "Oh my God, you play games?" I'm like, "Yeah." And it's, again, I'm not insulted. You have no reason to know one way or another what I do in my free time. But like, yeah, I know a lot of people see me as like a current events guy. And it's just so strange to me because I didn't mean for that to happen. That's not that's not what I meant to do, but it is what I'm doing. And I'm fine with it. Like it's working out, but yeah. Problem solving, hit everything with a sword before bombing it. I mean, yeah, it works though. I mean, it taught me to debug, really. Like when I see a puzzle, I try various solutions, and when those solutions don't pan out, I try to think about like why didn't that work? What sort of spectrum of other options do we have? What things can we try? What combination and order can we try? And stuff like that. Which is just debugging. That's what debugging is. When in doubt, bomb it. Yo, I interviewed for a job 2 jobs back, and part of the interview was a live debugging session. And that was so nerve-wracking. I mean, I nailed it. Go me, I'm amazing. But horrifying. That kept me up at night. Like that, I knew that segment of the interview was coming, but they were going to give me a bunch of code that runs but has a bug in it that I had to debug and fix live in an hour in front of an interviewer under all the stress of interviewing. That scared the hell out of me. I got real nervous, and I started like finding bugs on open source projects and fixing them just as practice. But yeah, ultimately I'm very glad that worked out, but my goodness, that scared me. Rants though. Another rant that I had. Somebody said something about food. Yeah, Sylvia talked about like food changing the way it tastes because of ingredients. I'm gonna go a little broader, I think, because I'm mad. I'm mad about how shitty everything is now, and not just politics. I'm not talking about. I mean, obviously, political situation, quality of life, etc. But like quality of life and quality of products, quality of services, and quality of experience is all dog shit now. And it makes me so sad that we're just we have to deal with it. I wouldn't say we're okay with it, but companies have gotten so greedy and trended so far towards the cheapest possible way to make money that everything is lower quality, everything is smaller, everything is more expensive while being smaller and lower quality. And it's just sad. Like, you go to the store, things cost more money, you get less at a time, the quality has gone down, stuff is just like gross now, and it makes me sad. It makes me sad. And it's not just like groceries, it's everything. Everything is cheap plastic. Nothing is built to last. Nothing is built to be repaired. Everything is built to be used until it breaks and then you buy a replacement. Look at the Kindle. Fuck Amazon, right? But like the modern Kindles are pieces of garbage. They are flimsy pieces of shit with barely any functionality that display ads on the lock screen unless you pay a premium. The original Kindles had they had headphone jacks. You could listen to audiobooks on them. They had a keyboard. You could browse the web on them. I'm not saying that you always need a keyboard, but it goes, Inky, I see you said planned obsolescence. Like, yes, absolutely. But it even goes beyond that into just lowering the bar as far as you possibly can and seeing how much people will still deal with it. Instead of competing in trying to have higher quality products, they are competing in having the lowest quality product that can dominate the market. And it's obnoxious. And the market is being dominated not because of the quality of the product, but because of all of the other forces at play. People don't have any fucking money. So if you make an extremely cheap product that is affordable but garbage, and you get rid of all of your other premium lines, everyone's just going to get the affordable garbage because no one can afford the more expensive stuff anyway. Or like, there's no point in making a more expensive version because you can get more money out of somebody who would have otherwise paid for a more expensive variant that would have lasted longer. You know, maybe instead of paying $200, they would have paid $400, but instead they buy the $200 thing that breaks in 2 years, and they buy another $200 and that breaks in 2 years, and they buy another $200 thing. And so it's just like, yeah, race to the bottom. And at the same time, think about like the service industry. Now, first of all, I want to put a huge disclaimer that service industry workers are not paid anywhere near enough. Also, tipping sucks and shouldn't be a thing, and instead service industry workers should be paid a living fucking wage. But the service industry has done the same thing, but instead of products, they're doing wages. And I mean, they're all doing wages, but like, because of that, there are fewer people working service jobs that are stretched thinner and not able to give a quality of experience that you would have otherwise been able to get in most places. Like, nothing is cordial anymore. Everything is as impersonal as possible. Everything is as robotic as possible. Everything is as detached as possible. You are not given a level of care and individual attention that you would have otherwise gotten. It's all about volume. It's all about throughput. And like, because of that, people who grew up in an era where they had like decent service perhaps are now dealing with the new reality of dog shit service by design. And those are the Karens, right? Those are the ones who are getting mad about customer service. And now they're not justified in freaking out and yelling at people, but they probably remember a time where they actually got decent service and decent attention and treated like a human being working with another human being to do a thing that that person was paid for. Now, the entitlement should go away. I don't think that you should be entitled when you're working with somebody who's doing a service job. You should be respectful still. Just because you are a patron at a place doesn't mean that they are your property while you are there. They're still a human being doing a job. Show them some fucking respect. At the same time, there should be more people working those jobs paid better, so that we can provide a decent quality of experience when we're doing things. And it's just sad that we are growing up into a world where quality is the last thought, and instead it's how much can we sell, how much can we, like, what's the right price that we can sell it for it to ship as many units as possible so that we can post big numbers for our investors. And like, they're not reinvesting profits into making quality products. They're reinvesting profits into stock buybacks to make stock value go up so their shareholders make more money. It's just fucked, and we lose, and there's nothing we can do about it because it is systemic. It is the point of the years and years of lobbying. It was constructed specifically to do this, and it's going to take the rest of our lives, if we wanted to try to go about it legislatively, to undo all of that. And that's why people are saying burn it all to the ground. That's my rant about Race to the Bottom. I just bought a functional foot-powered sewing machine. The thing is from 1892, and the thing is still working incredibly well. I'm so happy to have something that is so high quality after all these years, and even if I need to replace the pieces, they can still be easily replaced. Yeah. And like, I mean, that's why people like stuff, like there's simple machines that we still like, right? Like cast iron pans. You can still get a decent quality cast iron pan. You can still find some places whose whole thing is we're making good quality products. It's going to be at a premium, but it's a good quality product. You have to find those specialty brands now. But that used to just be the default. It used to just be normal that a product on a shelf was like at least trying. And now it's just garbage. Burn to the ground will rise from the shitty ashes. I just like, we have scared an entire nation of voters into thinking that regulation is the problem. And I don't I can't believe how effective that rhetoric has been. Because regulation is the problem for the capitalists. Regulation is the thing that makes consumer life better. Regulation is why the new iPhone has USB-C. And the EU has much, much stronger regulations for things that people care about than the US. And the US has back-assward regulations for everything else. And so we're just screwed. We've been like systemically removing regulations, both directly impactful to consumers and not. We've removed safety regulations around railroads, and that's why we keep having all these derailments. Fuck, Gavin Newsom, governor of California, just vetoed a bill that would have required a human like safety occupant on self-driving freight trucks. So there are companies making trucks, like freight trucks, that are self-driving, those massive 18-wheelers, self-driving 18-wheelers. And Gavin Newsom, the Democratic governor of California, vetoed a bill that would have required a person to be there, to be in the truck, monitoring the systems to make sure it doesn't, kill people when it inevitably breaks. Self-driving cars are not going well. Don't believe what they're telling you. Don't believe what the tech bros are saying. Self-driving technology is not going well. Elon Musk desperately wants that to be the case. It is not the case. They're having so many problems, and it's just stagnating. There are companies that are turning away from it, that were investing in it, and they don't give a shit anymore. Because it turns out self-driving cars is a fucking pipe dream. And like it's the weird tech bro answer to public transit, because we can't just have public transit. Everything has to be sold to you in individualized packages, right? We can't do public transit. That's gross. So yeah, he vetoed a bill that would have required a human occupant to monitor the self-driving systems. Now, like elevated driving assist for a human controlled or human piloted thing, sure, but full self-driving is a pipe dream. And not having somebody there to take care of an emergency is an egregious violation of our own safety. And so it's just like, and not to mention that he's a Democratic governor of California. He's a like front runner candidate for a future Democratic president. And the Teamsters we're totally we're totally for the bill of keeping people employed, providing safety to freight trucking. And here's another example of a Democrat just saying fuck you to labor because he'd rather side with big tech because it's California and that's where these companies are trying to sell their self-driving technology, and they're paying a ton of money to be like, stop regulating us. It's so infuriating. Wasn't there just a big report in August that said the positive reports on self-driving cars were horribly skewed to show positive results when they were actually less safe than normal public transit? Yeah. Well, for one, like Tesla has been like suppressing user complaints on like all their cars for like everything. They have a dedicated team to making sure that user complaints don't reach a situation where they have to get logged for reporting purposes. And it's gross. And like, it's not going well. Like, it's just not. Tesla suppressing complaints? No way. Yeah, it's self-driving technology is not, it's just not there. And like, there's a story recently about how Elon Musk was trying to prove that full self-driving in Teslas works. And it didn't work while he was live streaming himself in a Tesla doing full self-driving. It nearly killed him. It was about to ram into something and he had to take over for a second there, and then he tried to play it off on live stream. According to recent reports, he then went back to Tesla's headquarters and like barged in and was irate and was like, why doesn't it work better? My dude, it's because it doesn't fucking work. Even if it did like fully navigate roads, even poor quality roads, the issues that we're seeing beyond misidentifying people or making a decision to crash into a human being instead of a car or a wall or whatever, is like, these cars will block emergency vehicles. There were issues in San Francisco recently with self-driving taxis getting in the way of fire trucks and ambulances because they don't know what to do in that situation. You need a human to understand the complexity and nuance of what's going on and get the fuck out of the way. Like, you can't turn the chaos that is roads into an algorithmic thing. And what they're trying to do instead is use artificial intelligence, because you can't turn it into an algorithm. And if you can't turn something into an algorithm, you throw it at an AI, because AI is kind of figure out the gist of it without having to actually have an algorithm. But here's the thing about AI. If you ask ChatGPT what color is a monkey, it's going to say pink sometimes because it fucks up and it hallucinates. I don't want the thing propelling my car to hallucinate, you know? So stop it. That, after all, they said the monkeys testing were... Yeah, there's also a bunch of stuff about all the monkeys they killed. Alea Pendragon, that sounds scary. It's very scary. It's very, very scary. Think about, you know, on my drive home from my trip recently, in a 2.5 hour drive, 3 different people were were directly in front of me, driving with their blinker on, forgetting to turn it off. And in impossible situations, basically. Like somebody in the left lane with their left blinker on, driving for several miles with their blinker on. Your self-driving car presumably is trying to maybe interpret blinkers. I don't even know if they can do that. I sure fucking hope they can, but probably not. Your self-driving car is gonna see a blinker and be like, what do I do here? I don't know what to do in this situation. It can't rationalize that. And I used to be like super pro self-driving car. You know, I used to be so much more bought in. I was in the tech Kool-Aid for a long time. And I was like, oh, well, self-driving cars are only not good because we need every car to be a self-driving car before it'll be good. So we'll just make every car be a self-driving car and then it'll be good. Dog. Just build public transit. What you're describing is public transit. What you're describing is a train. Cars are so inefficient. They're so deeply inefficient. Each individual thing needs to be constantly refueled. If one person fucks up, if one car crashes, you have ruined everyone's commute. You have blocked off the entire roadway. You've slowed everyone down because of one mistake. And have you met people? People make mistakes a lot. People are not very good at most things, especially piloting a multi-ton piece of metal propelled by fire or lightning. And so I just don't see that happening. I don't understand why it's always, let's fund billions and billions of dollars into self-driving technology or whatever, and not, I don't know, making better public transit infrastructure. And I get it. There are certainly situations where we want cars. It's not like, as much as I want to say ban all cars, we're not going to ban all cars, because there are use cases for reaching places that it just does not make sense to run rail or have a bus route servicing constantly. There are very rural places. You're going to want a car. You're going to want to be able to off-road if need be. We're going to need that. We're going to need that infrastructure. But the answer is not adding more lanes. As much as Lane Man would like it to be, the answer is not adding more lanes. The answer is not making cars better at driving themselves so that humans can what? Be more productive while they're on the road, so that humans can answer more emails per day so that they can better serve their capitalist overlords? Fuck no. I don't want my car to be self-driving just so that I can be more focused on my productivity. I would rather be able to sit on a bus or sit on a train that takes me at a reasonable speed far away. And then I can still do all those things, and you didn't have to pour billions and billions of dollars into making technology that sometimes doesn't crash. Okay, that's my rant. I'm gonna have some Cheez-Its now. Liam35637, thank you for the follow, and also, you scared me in chat. You said, boo, my goodness. More Cheez-Its. I need Cheez-Its. I need to feel better. I need my comfort Cheez-Its. Hydrate. I can hydrate. Look at this dog. Hydrate. I'm gonna read some back scroll because I missed a lot while I was ranting there for a while. Consult the vibe cube. Magenta. The vibes are currently magenta. Self-driving cars just sound like public transport with extra steps. Exactly, yeah. It's exactly that. And it compromises so much to do a thing that we just don't need. We straight up do not need it. We don't need to automate every single thing. Like we just straight up don't. Self-driving cars doesn't help anyone but rich people who can have self-driving cars. There's no reality in which every single person is going to have a self-driving car. And like what they're going to try to do presumably is just make cars be a thing you don't own and you just summon one. And like the idea is neat, but you know what else you can do? Call a cab. Take a bus. And what we really need to be doing is just like making places more livable without having to do long haul drives so that people can just bike. And I'm loving the amount of personal transportation devices I'm seeing. There's like scooter phenomenon, like the electric scooter phenomenon. That shit rules. More personal transportation devices. Gets cars off the road. Less emissions, gives people the ability to go do stuff without having to have a car. More packable. You can live in a smaller space. You don't need a parking spot, so you don't need to have as many parking spots everywhere, taking up space that could be used for, I don't know, gardens, parks, anything else. High-speed rail all the way. Yeah, like it is absurd to me. It is truly unconscionable to me that at this point in our lives in America, we just don't have high-speed rail. Imagine the amount of like jobs and economic booms it would create to build like a revamped rail network around the country such that you could go from New York to San Francisco without having to use, you know, however many hundreds of gallons of jet fuel, and do so in like less than a day probably. Snack time indeed. Automate my shits? Hell yeah. Stop criminalizing homelessness. Yep. I cannot stand the... More rants. Okay. God, I have so many things I want to talk about. I'm going to start with a different rant. This is tangential. You said homelessness and it reminded me. I recently saw a video. It was a handful of... It was like an account that does like a documentary on homeless people. And I feel like very chill rant stream. So there's this account that I saw that does like documentaries on homeless or unhoused people, whichever term is preferred. One of the people that was interviewed was this woman who had a dog. And she was talking about how like this dog just kind of like walked up to her one day and like didn't leave her. And so she just kind of took the dog in. And she's homeless and has the dog. And the comments were all like, oh, that poor dog shouldn't have to be suffering. This dog, like, why does this dog is innocent and doesn't deserve to have to suffer. Blah, 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 stuff like that. Basically saying like, oh, this dog is suffering because it's with this homeless woman and living, you know, however they're currently living. And never mind the fact that their first thought wasn't, oh, this human being has been failed by society. No, we have to see all homelessness is, of course, moral failings. For sure. That's how that works. It's not that society has failed them. But what the fuck? Do you really think that dog gives a shit? Do you really think that dog has any sense of what Western living standards are? More than I have this person who I've forged a bond with and am just happy to be with them? I'm just here being a dog and existing? Like, the dog is probably not starving to death. And the dog is probably being taken care of a lot better than many dogs who have homes, whose owners just got them to like give to some kids and then never took care of them. And like the kids beat on the dog or something. Or people who got dogs and just mistreat them. There are so many dogs in houses that are mistreated. Just because this dog is not in a house doesn't mean that it's miserable. What the fuck is that? Like, what is this thing of just by association of being with a homeless person, this dog must be miserable? No, that person is probably bringing that dog a great sense of companionship and joy, and that dog is probably bringing that person a great sense of companionship and joy. Things don't have to fit your specific formula, you know? And what makes me irate is that I know that I used to be of that opinion. And that was many, many years ago. But like, I'm just, you know, I used to be there, so I get it. It's really easy to internalize that notion that homelessness is a moral failing. It's really easy to just believe that. That's what you're told. If you work hard, that won't be you. They messed up. That's why they are where they are. That's what you're told. At least that's what I was told. And you have to work through that. You have to learn that that's not the case, and you have to internalize that for real. And I just kind of thought that given the extreme amount of visibility that we now have into all these different types of walks of life, that more people would have already gotten there. I thought I was late. And then to turn around and see people still making those arguments and still saying things like that poor dog, it just makes me disappointed that people have not shifted their perspective on that at all. I hate that this is my first comment, but there's really been a lack of compassion / empathy towards other human beings. Felix of all trades, hello, welcome. And you're not wrong. In fact, you're very, very right. It's really wild to me how... Here's another example. It's wild to me how little value we put on other people's lives now. At least in America. I know this is very different outside of America. But in America, with how flippant people are with like gun ownership, there is an implied your life doesn't matter when you argue that like gun ownership is more important than, you know, any kind of safety on gun ownership. And I'm not going to get into like arguments about gun ownership right now, but what I want to talk about instead is the devaluing of other human lives, especially human lives that have some sort of condition or addiction, which is a condition, or if they're homeless or whatever. But here's a concrete example, and this made me really scared. I'm not going to call out names or anything, because it's not this person's fault. They were not really involved. I think that they did a great job. A mutual of mine on TikTok has been going through some difficult stuff. I'm going to stay as vague as possible because it doesn't matter who they are. Has been going through some difficult stuff with another person who threatened them. And they posted the altercation. They had video footage of the altercation. They posted it to mutuals only. It was a long video. It was a very intense video. The person who was threatening them was unhinged as fuck and threatened his family with a gun. Didn't literally have a gun with him, but said, "I've got my gun in my truck," something like that. So there was the notion of, I'm willing to kill you in play in this conversation from the drop. And this guy, who's my mutual, also has a gun. He lives in a rural area, and so he's got guns. Not that you have to live in a rural area to have guns, but if you live in a rural area, you almost definitely do, because wildlife and shit, you need to be ready for that. So he has a gun, not on him, but available to him. Here are two men in an argument, a very heated argument, both of whom have access to a deadly weapon. My mutual managed to, he didn't want to leave the situation to go get his gun. He didn't want to leave the guy unsupervised. And so he stayed there and instead talked. It wasn't friendly talk, but he tried to get through to the guy. Like, what are you doing right now? You are threatening me and my family with violence. You're threatening to harm my family. Do you understand what you're saying to me? Do you understand what kind of a position you're putting me in here? That I would have to use deadly force because you are threatening deadly force. Can we de-escalate this? And he managed to de-escalate it. It didn't end great, but no shots were fired and nobody got injured. No one even threw a punch. But I go in the comments and I read the comments, and these are a bunch of people saying, "Wow, you handled that so well. If that were me, he would have been dropped." Just a bunch of people saying, if that were me, I would have killed him because he threatened me. And that's horrifying. I would have killed if this person who was unhinged, definitely out of line, definitely should not have threatened your family with a gun. Horrifying. That shouldn't have happened in the first place. But the fact that the majority consensus in those comments were, if that were me, I would have killed somebody. I would have murdered this person. Maybe not murder, manslaughter, whatever. I would have taken a life. The amount of flippantness that somebody would say that somebody would say, if I were in this situation, I would have taken a human life rather than try to de-escalate as you did. Not, wow, that was a really great example of how to properly de-escalate a situation, even with access to a firearm. That's not what they were saying. They were saying, I would have shot him. And yes, the man forfeited a lot. He forfeited his, right to safety necessarily when he began to threaten deadly force. You absolutely have a right to defend yourself by any means necessary if someone has made a credible threat of deadly force. I will not argue against that. However, I want to believe that we should be optimizing for not taking life if we can help it. And that's part of being a responsible gun owner, is not saying, well, this is my answer. This is my solution. This is the thing I reach for to answer questions. And it's horrifying, but yeah. The flippantness at which we dismiss human life, the flippantness at which we say, I would have just killed them. The amount of people who have glorified this idea of, I'm going to be some sort of hero and I'm going to be the one that takes out the threat. You're probably just going to endanger more people, and you have no idea how that's going to change you. That's going to change your life. And I think we've just diminished that so much. And I don't want to blame the media, but at the same time, in America, it is so casual for there to be a gun in play. And people kill so fast at the drop of a hat over nothing. And it's just so normalized. Yeah, good guy with a gun. That concept inherently implies we need more people with guns to kill people. I get that it's supposed to be we need more people with guns to stop people who have guns who would flippantly kill people. But the argument is still starting with kill people. It's mind-boggling how little care people have just because somebody made a moment's poor decision. The amount of people who will watch a cop body cam of cops brutalizing somebody because they weren't following the cops' instructions and take the cop's side because they didn't cooperate. Like not cooperating with a cop forfeits your right to life. What? Like that's the argument? That's the stance you're gonna take? Oh, this person who's not having a good day, maybe is in crisis, twitched, maybe accidentally hit a cop, maybe was scared and confused when somebody grabbed them, didn't even know it was a cop, yanked their hand away, and now the cop can use deadly force? That's just okay? And that extends to every interaction with anybody with a deadly weapon? I'm gonna stop. It's just the lack of empathy for people as a default. I don't care for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I don't care if they die. I straight up don't. But I'm not gonna make it happen. I'm not hoping for it. I'm not wishing it upon them. But if they died, I would be like, okay. Or in many cases, I'd be like, nice. There are plenty of people that if they died, I'm gonna celebrate it. And there are plenty of people there are some people that I do wish were dead. But like the average person, just because I don't care if you live or not, because I don't know who you are and you have no impact on my life whatsoever, I'm not out here being like, man, I'd kill you at the drop of a hat if you pissed me off. Like, no, I'm not looking for that opportunity. I'm not trying to do that. It's not my goal. All right. I'm actually done now. I'm actually done with that. Sorry. I'm back. I remember seeing those vids. The entire saga is chilling. It's terrifying. It was a scary saga. But yeah, the notion of like, I would have just killed him. Like that scares me. And that's another thing. Like as I was driving around this past weekend in like the very rural area, I was being tailgated by like a giant fucking lifted F-150. And it's like, this person probably has a gun. And if they're mad at me right now, people get really, really individual and really angry and selfish when they're in a car. They feel invincible when they're in a car, and it's bizarre. I'm sensing stress. Do you want to rant about something less dark? Yeah, sorry, I don't know why I was going down that rabbit hole. This song is still on my This Shit's on Repeat playlist. Absolute banger. I love this song. It's so good. This just came on as part of a mix, too, so I wasn't even planning. This isn't my normal playlist, but it just happened to come up in the mix. I want to get my playlists out there. I'll work on that at some point. I want to clean up the playlist a little bit and make them have a bit more cohesion, but then I'll share them because I know that a lot of people like the music that's played. Do you know any other language? I was about to make a programming language joke, but I'm going to not do that. I took French for a while, and I remember virtually none of it. I took French for like 7 years, and I don't remember any of it. Bonjour, I guess, etc., etc. I'm in the middle of renovation, so I get the financial stress part of it. I'm not really all that stressed out. I more just I don't think I'm stressed. I think I was thinking about that a lot recently. I just got back from hours and hours and hours of driving while seeing things and having thoughts pop in my head that I couldn't really work through because I was too focused on the situation at hand. And so you're just kind of now experiencing the brunt of me returning to those thoughts and trying to work through them in real time. So that was meant for the cryptid stuff. Oh, whoops. Sorry. That seems like an experience typical of people who chose to take French in high school. I took 2 years in middle school, 3 years in high school, and then 2 semesters in 2 different years in college. And I'm mad because I was told that I only needed to take 3 years in high school to like automatically get the college credit for foreign language. And then I got to my university, and they're like, oh, no, you needed to reach the 4. Am I back? Oh. Am I back? Did we do it? Are you seeing my video? Are we back? Oh my goodness. Hey, yo?
Hey, yo.
Okay, how many people did we... Okay. Well, that was stressful. I don't know what the hell just happened, but my internet just decided to shit the bed momentarily. But it appears that we're back. Thank you for bearing with me during that. I was really confused and sad and alone, and I needed comfort, and I didn't have anyone here to comfort me, except for Flynn, but he's asleep. Like, look at that. Look how asleep this dog is. He's so asleep. Look at that. What is this song? I don't like it. Just gonna go ahead and do that. Consult the vibe cube. Let's check. Yellow. We are back to the reign of yellow. I don't remember what I was even talking about. So, change of subject. Oh wow, it just dumped a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, university stuff. I took all that French and then got to my university and they're like, fuck you, dog. Same with calculus. I took AP calculus in high school and tested and got, I think, like a 4 or a 5, like a passing test. If you're not familiar with AP classes are essentially college level courses that you can take in high school that you can ultimately get a college credit for passing a test at the end. And I passed, and then I got to college, and they were like, nah, dog, AP calculus is not good enough. You need to retake calculus in college. And so I did that, and it fucking sucked. And I'm really sad that I did that, because I don't give a shit about calculus. Do the colors have meaning, or do we just hate yellow? It's just been a lot of yellow recently. Yellow has just been dominating recently. It's a lot. Yellow is just coming up all the time. They told me to retake all my English credits. Ugh. Despite being fluent in French, I had to take a second language in college for my degree because the French test was conducted in a different dialect than the one I speak. Oh, do you speak like French Canadian? Like Quebec French? Because I took French because my grandmother is French Canadian. And I wanted to be able to talk to her in French, and then learned that it's a very different dialect. And the French that I was learning was not helpful. Yeah, I'm not a math boy. I can do math-ish, and I can do... I know all the math that I need to do for like game development, which is like primarily trig, but like calculus fucking sucked. And linear algebra also sucked. I did not like taking linear algebra. That was like my last math class that I had to really take. Ugh. I've never gone through so much paper in a class, period. Because you have to like draw... Linear algebra is all about like matrix math. So you have to like draw matrices, which take up like half of a fucking page. And you have to do all these transformations to them. So you have to like draw a matrix and then like draw the next step of it. And it's like one page, you can get 2 steps, and you have to do like 20 steps. So you're like, one problem for a piece of homework was like half a binder of paper. My AP credits didn't transfer, so I had to retake stats and both English courses. Oh, God. I feel like some math courses and programming classes should count as foreign languages. You have to learn vocabulary and syntax. Some places are accepting. I go back and forth on that. I go back and forth on whether or not I think programming languages should be considered a foreign language. I don't think that they should necessarily. But I do think that the foreign language requirement is a little outdated. And I don't like the idea of saying that there shouldn't be a foreign language requirement, because I think there's a lot of value in learning a foreign language and being exposed to foreign culture and having a better understanding of like just like linguistics in general. I think that's really important. And I don't want to have people lose out on that part of the experience of learning. But I totally understand the concept. ASL should be absolutely considered a foreign language. Like, learning ASL should absolutely count. And they didn't accept it? That sucks. That is super, super ableist. What the fuck? ASL is such a complex and, like, capable language. It's so fascinating, and it has, like, mechanisms that you, like, straight up don't have in English and many spoken languages. Like, the fact that it has, like, positional adjective or positional like pronouns and shit, that's awesome. That's so cool. It's a complete language, and it has tools that you can use to like convey meaning that cannot otherwise be conveyed. It's really fascinating. Not to mention that like English isn't all that great, and we pick up a lot of stuff from like the amount of utility that we pick up from like I think the term is still African American Vernacular English, which I guess is like one of the few acceptable uses of African American. But that, you know, African American Vernacular English, AAVE, has so many tools that have been adopted slowly by like white people that we don't even realize. I think a lot of people don't even realize that they have taken it from that, to the point that it's a little racist. And kind of makes me squirm a bit. Some of the current things going on. I'll explain. For one, as far as I understand, English does not have the habitual tense, and AAVE does. So if someone were to say and pardon me, I'm not gonna try to say this properly. But in AAVE, it's perfectly acceptable to say he be working. And that means that he is habitually working. He might not be working right now. He might be working right now, but he might not be. But he is currently employed, and a thing going on in his life right now is that he's working. He be working. And that, like, the habitual tense just like doesn't really exist. Again, to my understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong. In just standard English, in like American English. That kind of like, first of all, that stuff is often labeled slang, which is shitty because it's not slang. It's structured. It's language. It's linguistics. It has rules. So to simmer to genericize it as slang is like deeply insulting. But also sometimes just like terminology and usage of certain types of words happen. The thing that I'm seeing a lot right now is, and this is very, very weird, and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is what's happening. How do I approach this tactfully? Again, might be wrong, but fairly certain that. Have you seen people use a structure of a sentence recently where they might say like, bro really going through it right now, or blood is really going through it right now? They'll use like bro, blood, fam, like they'll use like a generic like term that means like my guy or my dude or whatever, like same thing, like my dude's really going through it right now. That is just cribbing directly from referring to each other, like using like the N-word, right? Like it's a familial, non-gendered, I guess, not pronoun. Somebody help me out here. I don't know what the part of speech is. But like, because you can't say that word, people have found other words to use and then take that structure and use it. And it works, right? Like, I want to just be able to Identifier endearment? I guess so. So like people will, you'll see, I see this everywhere in TikTok comments, like bro thought he blah, 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 blah. And like they're using it to just sort of make an observation while referring to a subject in an endearing way that's not personal and doesn't use their pronoun or name. And I'm not a linguistics person. I shouldn't be saying all this. I'm just echoing what I've gathered and seen from like linguistics articles and videos that I've watched. But what makes me deeply uncomfortable is like how quickly that has just taken over. Like that terminology and phrasing has just like taken over comment sections as far as I've seen, and feels deeply like, it feels like white people saying it feels like when white people started saying what Snoop Dogg was saying, you know, like shiznit and stuff like that. It feels very much like I'm using that, like oh, this is mine now, and it doesn't feel very good. Dropping an upstream. I don't like being called bro all the time on the internet. Yeah. I also, and again, this is not me calling out anyone in particular. I don't know what's up with people being very forward about like calling people friend. I don't know. I get a lot of people calling me like good friend or stuff like that, and it's like I don't know if I actually would categorize our relationship that way. Like especially like people that I've never seen you before. I don't know. I feel like it's a little dangerous because it leans a little close to like parasocial stuff. Call everyone my mortal nemesis works every time. Perfect. I've been going with me matey in Christ. I like that one a lot recently. Saw a good. Didn't that exist before / outside of the racial epithet? I'm actually not sure. Yeah, like I would love to learn. Like, please, if someone has something, I'll go and read the stuff on Upstream and whatnot later. I would love to learn the Irish your man. Yeah, I would love to learn if I'm wrong on this, but I assume in modern day that's where it's evolving from, at least. Let's see. I call everyone friend except for my friends. Those guys are freaking weirdos. Just got here, but it sounds like the same thing as always, which is what makes your skin crawl about it might be the way that it's being used. When someone empathetically refers to me as their fam in a way to offer me some empathy, that doesn't make my skin crawl. Okay. I tend to lean into the parasocial relationship as in, if this isn't my favorite parasocial uncle, Endeavorance. I mean, I just don't want to. The thing that gets me is, it's whatever if like a person who I'm not in like regular contact with does it or whatever. But what gets me is I don't want to endorse the misunderstanding of a relationship, because I can barely keep up with my actual like in real life friends. Like I straight up fucking can't keep up with my actual friends. I don't want people to get the sense that I am now their friend, and now I am beholden to their perception of what friendship is, and I cannot do that. And also, it's not really fair to me, you know? Like, it's not really fair to put that expectation on me. And that part gets to me. I'm gonna check Upstream real quick because there's been a bunch of stuff that people have been posting in Upstream that I have been meaning to look at, including photos and okay. Let me pull up the old web browser. Remember when I said this was going to be an abbreviated stream? Fucking whoops. All right, pausing that. Let's check this out. Here's a reason I wanted this clip to be made into a sound. Let's see what this is.
Hello. And stuff has happened.
Oh, no.
Hello. And stuff has happened.
Oofa doofa, the tree has fallen over. That's very unfortunate. Can I upload my Destiny fit? Go for it. Go for it. Yeah, I actually remember seeing that a while ago. All right, we got some photos here of the corrugated metal. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no. Yikes-a-roni. What do we got here? We've just got some pipes. Just some pipes for. Oh dear. I mean, like, I see what they were going for. It didn't work. It did not work out. Let's see. Got some more stuff here. And now my Discord is frozen. Okay, we're good. Copy link. This hurts every possible ounce of my being. Yeah, bro usage by random people for me is not for me, never has been. I'm fine with it as long as it's not being used in place of like derogatory words. But I'm much more into it if it's used like bro what, or like bro calm down, like stuff like that, like exclamations rather than like, yeah. I have people watch some of my TikToks and in the comments they refer to me as bro, and I'm thinking, can you do research and be polite? Jeez, I'm not a bro though, I'm a female. Yeah. Okay, more pictures. Got a hole. We're digging a hole. That's good. That's good. It looks like we're in a hole now. Hold on. We're now in a hole. We've made our way into the hole. So we've got the big dig hole, and we've gone into the big dig hole. Okay, very good. Oh no. Oh dear. It consume. The hole is consuming.
Hello.
Be very careful not to fall into lava and die. That's how I lost my last Minecraft run. Hello, Ms. Mouse. Mrs. Mouse. Hello, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Don't dig straight down. Be very careful. But also, that's a big hole. That's a lot of trash. Holy crap. I didn't even notice the trash. What the hell? What the hell? That's all trash. Wow. Just in the ground? Holy crap. What's this? Got another TikTok. That is much louder than I was expecting it to be, and I apologize. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Headphone users crying everywhere. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that was going to have a headphone warning. I'm probably going to start like vetting the things that get posted before sharing them on stream. Because that was very loud, and also it was a TikTok of a YouTube video cropped, so it was double cropped. I'm very sorry for blowing out everyone's headphones. My mom's house is a ranch on a slab. Apparently, there used to be a warehouse or something there. They just put the slab over the cellar from the warehouse. There's so much trash because they just bulldozed the building. Oh my god. Oofa doofa. So I'll remember that series from those people who renovated their kitchen and found a well beneath it. And then instead of filling it or something, they just put glass over it and made the floor. I remember that! Made a floor version of a skylight leading into the abyss. I remember that. That was sick. That was so cool. Oh, that was really, really cool. I know exactly what you're talking about. I have no idea how I could possibly find that, though. It was an Xbox clip? Oh, got it. Yeah. It's Mishmouse, but no worries. People mispronounce it. Mishmouse. Okay, got it. I'll try to remember that. I'll try my very level best to remember that. We found our well right after that series started. I made a joke, haha, what if this is a well? Oh no. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I think. I'm a little hungry. But I'm doing pretty good, I think. Surprisingly less tired than I was earlier. But yeah. I was probably going to get on a game at some point, but at this point, you know, we're like 25 minutes out from the end of the stream, so I'm probably not going to hop on a game. But I do think I might start playing Hades on stream. I said that earlier, but I think I might do that. Has anyone here not played Hades or seen Hades? Because my goodness, if you haven't, I am thrilled to show you that game. Me, don't hate me. I'm not going to hate you. Not everybody can play every game. It's fine. I don't get mad at, I try to not get mad at people for not having like experienced a cultural thing, you know, like if you've not seen a movie, like I haven't seen plenty of movies and I don't give a shit to watch most movies that people are like, you have to watch it. Like, no, I don't. I really do not have to watch it. I've gotten this far in life without watching it. I don't think I need to at this point, you know? It's the equivalent of like making fun of somebody for not knowing how to pronounce a word that they've only read. Not everybody's gonna see everything. Not everyone's gonna play everything. I don't hate you. That said, I fucking hate you because you should have played Hades because that game is fucking amazing. And I'll play it because it's really, really, really good. In that case, I'll delete the paragraph I was gonna send bullying you into playing Inscription. I will play Inscription. I think Inscription's gonna be my game after Paper Mario. But Hades is not the kind of game that I'm gonna like do a serial run of because Hades is very much a like non-linear kind of game. Like you can play it as much as you want or as little as you want. And it's about runs more than it is about anything else. So it's a really good time filler game, like similar to playing through Tetris Effect. But yeah, I'm excited to play Inscription because I haven't touched it, but I really want to play it. Hades is just like an incredible game. One, it's just like fun. It's just like ridiculously fun. It's just very, very good. Extremely good roguelite game. But then the art is amazing. The music is stellar. Every character is ridiculously hot, and you can date anyone that you want, which is great. Hades is actually a dating sim wrapped up in an action game. But it's primarily a dating sim if you really think about it. It also has incredible voice acting and so many goddamn voice lines for everything. Like they've recorded so many voice lines that every character has. You will almost never hear a repeat voice line unless you're really, really trying to. They did an entire documentary on how they built the system for delivering the voice lines based on every condition in the game. And just like how extensive that was. Like that was a significant portion of their development time, was making a complex dialogue system. Have a work meeting real quick. You'll probably be done. Have a great rest of your day, Dev. Take care, cutie queen. Is it cootie queen or cutie queen? Take care, queen. Be well. Hey, this is so cool. I've never seen a completionist beat it. But I've seen the completionist beat it. Got it. See you at Wednesday's stream, Dev. See ya, Meg. Take care. Enjoy holes. I am looking forward to my Wednesday stream. I'm looking forward to more Paper Mario. I've uploaded it. Let's see here. Let's check the fit. Let's check Sylvie's fit. Copy. No. Copy link. Boop. Checking the fit. It's pretty good. I like the lucky pants. I'm always here for some lucky pants. You've got the lucky pants malfeasance combo, so you've got a good place in my heart. You've also got my banner. That's very, very good. The trans banner. That's the one I always use. It's kind of like I'm looking at my own dang self. You're using the same helmet that I use because it's like the only good hunter helmet for fashions. I would say it needs more pink, but I do like the sewn-on six-pack. That's very, very good. It's important to have a sewn-on six-pack. I think that's very, very good. We doing Destiny fashion ratings? I mean, we're not doing that. Oh no, my pants are breaking. Somebody come fix my pants. Have you heard of Hollow Knight? I have played Hollow Knight. I haven't beaten Hollow Knight, but I have played Hollow Knight. I've been hearing roguelike for years, and I still don't understand what it means. More importantly, I don't understand what isn't a roguelike. All right. Okay. All right. I can give you that. Diana is correct. Apparently there was a game long ago called Rogue that was the template. Yeah, okay, here we go. I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna learn you, all right? I'm going to learn you. This is what I'm talking about. I know game shit. So, Prince of Persia, Android, and Castlevania and Metroid are not roguelikes. I will explain. Here we go. In the beginning, there was a game called Rogue. Rogue was a turn-based dungeon crawler. Very, very basic game. It ran just using a terminal, and it used just symbols, like letters and numbers and symbols, as the map and characters and everything. It was just it's essentially a it was like an ASCII art 2D game where you're doing dungeon crawling. Other games that you may have heard of that follow this is there was Rogue, then there was also Hack. Hack was another dungeon crawler game that was very, very. I had an Apple II. Okay, it was another dungeon crawler game that was also like very, very popular. And then Hack became NetHack because Hack was being developed by people over the internet. So Hack over the NetHack. To this day, you can just go download NetHack and play it. It still runs on modern computers, and you can get it with a graphics pack. So instead of just doing like symbols and numbers and whatnot, it has like actual iconography. It is an incredibly complex game, but the main calling cards for these games were permadeath. So you start a character, very D&D like. You choose your class, race, and you have to. And I'll use NetHack because I know that one the best. I'll use that as my example. In NetHack, you choose a class, race, god. You go in and you have to go down a whole bunch of dungeon levels, get to the bottom of these dungeons, steal an amulet from a wizard, and then the wizard gets all pissed and chases you all the way back up the dungeon. Then you leave the dungeon and you go into multiple like astral planes, and then you eventually get out away. The goal is steal the amulet and escape. That, is bottled up with if you die, game over. You're done. They started to add in features where like you could find your other gravestones. It was all also procedurally generated every time that you played. So procedural generation, permadeath, pretty brutally difficult. Like you really have to learn. Like you're not going to beat it on your first try. You have to learn how to play the game. You have to learn the secrets. You have to figure out how to get powerful. You have to try and fail and try again. That is so NetHack is a roguelike, Like. Roguelike, because it was rogue, then hack, then NetHack. A roguelite, Lite, which is much more popular these days, is a game that is a lot like a roguelike, but it has iterative improvement available. It has a bit of a progression system. So Hades is a roguelite in that you delve into the dungeon and you try to beat it, and you almost definitely will not beat it on your first try. But after you die, inevitably, you start over with a little bit of extra power. You get like some resources that you can spend on upgrades before you go into your next run and try again. And so you run, die, get slightly more powerful, run, die, get slightly more powerful, and so on and so forth. So that every time that you die, it's not total permadeath, start over from scratch, but is instead you learned and you're literally growing a bit and you're a bit more powerful, and you iteratively get better each time. And so that is a roguelite, because it's a roguelike, but you have some boons with you. And so that is the history of rogues and roguelites and roguelikes. I should play NetHack on stream. It would be so boring, but I should play NetHack on stream. My father is very big into NetHack, and whenever he beats it, he sends a it's called ascending, when you ascend past all the planes and escape. And so at this point, there is a running gag where my brother and I have never beaten NetHack, and my dad beats it relatively frequently. And so whenever he beats it, he sends me a screenshot of his endgame stats with an email, subject line, Yaga, yet another glorious ascension. So he just dunks on me every time he beats the game, basically. This is why I'm not a roguelike person. Yeah, roguelikes are total permadeath. It's if there is any notion of progression, it is a roguelite with a T. If it is a permadeath, start over entirely, good luck, then it is a roguelike. Another great example of a roguelite is Enter the Gungeon. That's a roguelite. You unlock more and more guns as you play and whatnot. So are there titles I might know from the 90s and 2000s that are roguelikes? Roguelikes are really popular right now. I mean, I'm really trying to think. Cyborg Justice, I'm not familiar with that. I can't say one way or another. Star Fox 64 is a roguelike, I would say. It had no saving. If you wanted to play through the campaign, you just played through the campaign. And it was a matter of pass or fail. And there was multiple different paths you could take. You would have different levels of upgrades along the way. I think Star Fox 64 could qualify as a roguelike. Yeah, I don't know when the term started to get as popular as it is. It's definitely the kind of thing that's like thrown around. It's thrown around quite a bit, like now people are saying Souls-like, and like Metroid and Castlevania have their own genre. They're referred to as Metroidvanias. Like Metroid and Castlevania both being like the bedrock examples of that genre that like Hollow Knight is. Hollow Knight is a Metroidvania Souls-like. It is both. Vampire Survivor likes are a big thing now. Yeah. Reverse bullet hells or whatever they're called. Survivor games. A lot of genre labels are being slapped on the games retroactively. Yeah. I mean, it's not necessary. You don't really need to do that, but I mean, at the end of the day, Rogue and NetHack and whatnot, those are turn-based RPGs with permadeath. That's all they are. But that combination has been since dubbed roguelike. Bonjour, hello. Less unique. You're gonna need to give me some help on that one. Lesul. I can't make heads or tails of this one, but hello and welcome to the stream. Stick with Les. I'm gonna do my best. If you have a time, there's a very good Zelda animation in the Upstream channel. I'm gonna queue that up for next time, I think. Is it French? I'm trying my best. But as we've established, I don't speak French, regardless of having taken 7 years of French. God, I had something else I was gonna say and I totally forgot. Mad at myself for forgetting things. How dare I forget things? Now I'm sad. Excuse me, princess. Okay, I'll do one more Destiny fit. I'll do that. Let's see. Let's check out this fit. Now that's a dark boy. Sorry that my French name put you off. It didn't put me off. I'm just trying real hard and I want to be able to pronounce your name correctly. Is it Lesul? Lesul? I don't know. I can't do it. But Lesule? Lesule? I don't know. I can't do a French accent either. I'm trying my best. I just want to do your name justice. That's all. Anyway, we've got a very dark, brooding boy here. Look at the fraying cape down here. That's an indication that they just don't care. They're not interested in keeping up with appearances. They're not. It's a business cape. That's a business cape, and it's seen some wear and tear. Quite the shiny gun. That's not bad. That's not bad. Got the ridges going on. Got the matching ridges on the hood there. And we got some good strappies. We got some strappies and some pokies. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm gonna rate this a 4 Cheez-Its out of 6. It could have more pink. Could have more pink. All right, one more, just because I got it with me right here. Milo fit check. Let's see what we got here. Very gold. We've got a shiny Goral. And her pants are constellations, which I think is very special. Got the spikies. The spikies are good. Very shiny. Got a big gun. It's not bad. Digging it. The shoes, looking good. What are those? Look at these gloves. We've got the fingerless gloves. And I'm a big fan of fingerless gloves. I'm going to give this 8 Cheez-Its out of 9. Could use more pink. Sylvie, you get... Yours is rated like 3 Cheez-Its that I found on the floor. Fashion rating segment sometime on a future stream? Yeah, I guess so. That could be fun. It could be fun. Ow. Ow! I just cracked my elbow and it hurt real bad. Rude. Sylvie rags on me literally nonstop. It's fine. Did that pick it up? Did my mic pick up the crack? We got to get rate my Destiny outfit redeem going or something. Diana, you really have my back here. You really got my back here vis-a-vis reminding me about like adding redemptions and whatnot. That is such a good idea. God damn it. I should just let Diana run my stream. Maybe then I would finally have some freaking furniture in this room. Here to help. Thank you. Can you buy me some furniture? Can somebody tell me what furniture to get so that Diana will stop yelling at me? Gotta head out. See y'all later. Bye-bye, leg. Take care. I can make you a mood board reluctantly. I can make you a mood board, but I'm not happy about it. A table for the globe. I should get a table for the globe. I might get like some kind of storage unit over here or something. I just don't know what I would do with this space. Somebody told me they were going to send me a rug, so I might put a rug in this on the floor. But like, this space is open primarily because it's like a stage essentially. Like my recording setup is right there, right? And so like all that empty space is just empty space because that's where I stand when I'm recording stuff. And so like I can't really put stuff there. I mean, a coffee/circular table could go a long way. But there's a dog there. Just quick dog check. Dog check. Oh, you wagging. Oh, stretchy wagged. Oh my goodness, he's like, yes, chin scratches, yes. Oh my goodness, what a good boy. Oh, he's just like army crawling. Oh no, the belly is out. The belly has been displayed. Must rub. My goodness. Oh, now he's just flopped on his side, just being like, okay, this is the rest of the stream. Just the bottom half of a dog. Flynn, that's indecent. Flynn, this is, you're being indecent. Airing himself out. Let me not run over your ears. This animal, I swear. Let's see. It seems like there's some suggestions here. Coffee table. The type of rug, color, pile, shape, will probably determine what you should do with the rest of the room. Interesting. True. It really brings the room together, is what you're saying. That's just a little Big Lebowski joke there. One of those mini sofas for pets. That could be good. I do think a Flynn bed would do a lot in the background too. Dev chat wants you to get a table. You get a table. You get a table. You can table the no furniture issue. All right, y'all. We've only got 5 minutes left in the stream. Can we do anything possible to fix that? Like, I can't end on that.
You dingus.
Are you within driving issue of Portland, Maine? I'll get rid of this foldable table. I do have a foldable table, but I don't think that is what people are talking about with tables. That said, I will say I'm not really in. I mean, I can drive to Portland, Maine, but it would take a while. But I do very much like Portland, Maine. It is a gorgeous little town, or city, I should say. I absolutely adore the downtown. I love walking the promenade, and it's very, very gorgeous there. And there's a lot of really delicious food and fun stuff to do. I especially love, and I have no idea if they're even still open, but I especially love the craft soda bar. There's like, I don't know if they still are. It was basically essentially like a mocktail bar. Like it was this place that just did cocktails using house-made sodas, but they were like all mocktails. So like you weren't getting. I think they might have had alcohol, but like, place ruled. I got one of my favorite cocktails ever, which was non-alcoholic, but it was it had. I mean, this is not going to be surprising. Exactly 0 people. I like forest scented and flavored shit, and so it was like a pine syrup soda based cocktail that essentially like tasted like you were drinking a forest floor, but like in a good way. Like imagine the good smells of a forest, just the good smells, and turn that into a flavor and aroma of a cocktail. And that's what it was. And it was very, very good. I know that licking the forest floor doesn't sound like a particularly. This dog is still just like that. I know that licking a forest floor doesn't sound particularly wonderful, but I mean, it was pretty wonderful. But yeah, surprising exactly 0 people. If you put like something like wood or pine scented in front of me that is edible, I'm eating it. I like wood. I'll eat it. Dev drinks the forest floor and becomes a fungi. New England does amazing things to food and bev. Blueberry beers, apple bacon, syrup on sandwiches. I am a big fan of cider from Vermont. Like apple cider, like hell yeah. I'm fucking mad, y'all. We have 2 minutes. Somebody like stop Sylvie. Can we get some restraints on her? It's out of control and frankly dangerous at this point. We're reaching dangerous levels of dork. Anyway, I want to say a few things before I start signing off. I wanted to talk more about tabletop stuff, and then I totally forgot. and I will try to do that later. I'll probably end up streaming tomorrow, if we're being honest, so maybe I'll talk about it then. I am hoping to do more tabletop-based shit. I'm thinking about getting together a small... If only you had a table. Diana! I have a table. Look. That's a table. I mean, it's a desk, and this is a table. I'll get a damn table. I want to do more tabletop stuff. I have been considering the idea of getting a small group of creators together and doing a either one-shot or short campaign as a test run. So keep an eye out for that. It would probably not be D&D, but it wouldn't for sure not be D&D, but it might be either Blades in the Dark or Quest, which are both systems that I really, really, really love. Like I said, I'm going to be going to PAX Unplugged in December, early December. So if you're going to be there, or if you want to meet me and you're in the Philly area, Jesus, couldn't remember the name. If you're in the Philly area or you want to go to PAX Unplugged, I'm going to be there. You could say hello. That'd be awesome. Other than that, I am going to be trying to do a few new things soon, and hopefully making some more announcements of that soon, including, I've said before, a podcast that I am working on. And I will say now that the person I am working on that podcast with is Diana, right here in chat. It's going to be closer to the gaming and tabletop-y space. I think we're both very, very, very excited about that. And yeah, very, very early. We have no timeline or details really to share yet. We are keeping it pretty close to our chest, for the purposes of making sure we have flexibility as we're crafting it out and figuring out exactly what it is. However, you might be seeing some stuff from us about that over the next handful of weeks, months, as we near being able to actually launch that. So I'm super, super, super fucking thrilled. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am to be working on that. And yeah. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. That's a lie, because I also probably am streaming most Tuesdays and Thursdays now, because I can't help myself. Y'all are so super great. I also, as a reminder, now have a VODs channel on YouTube for all my stream VODs. So if you missed any part of the stream, you want to go back and catch up on stuff, this VOD will be available over at that quite soon. I should add, I'll link to that right now, actually. It's youtube.com/@Endeavorance, which I thought was just clever enough without being too obnoxious. So if you want to follow my VODs channel, you can. Otherwise, I mean, like, it's just a VODs channel. But of course, I also have my other main YouTube channels. So I've got my primary YouTube channel, which has all my stuff, and then my gaming channel, which has my gaming stuff. Gives Endeavorance a high five because Cuddles might be too intimate. Yeah, Cuddles will be a little intimate.
Hello.
Kosh Savage, thank you for the follow. Flynn has a bone to pick with Dev. That was a big old stinker. I may be having, of all things, and I know this is not what I should be doing right now, but I may end up having a fourth YouTube channel. I haven't decided whether or not I want to move forward with that or not, but I have been trying to figure out what the actual fuck to do with YouTube Shorts, and I had a chat with another creator who was super helpful and has some insight into that kind of stuff. And the issue is that YouTube Shorts, in YouTube fashion, is a tacked on, half-baked feature. And if you have a small YouTube channel and you're posting both long-form content and shorts, you are essentially bifurcating your audience, because people will subscribe to you from the shorts feed and people will subscribe to you from the normal YouTube stuff. And so you have, however many subscribers you have, and some of that are going to be explicitly just watching your short form stuff, and some are going to be watching the long form stuff. And what the problem with that is it counts YouTube Shorts and your normal content as content. So if you've got people watching your shorts, it's reducing your channel's average watch time, which fucks up your metrics. And so you've got poor engagement metrics because you are using the feature that they're trying to get you to use, which is madness. This is what I mean when I'm saying that YouTube Shorts is like a half-baked feature. And so it seems like the play is to have a dedicated Shorts channel and then link over to the main channel if people want to see more. It's so obnoxious. And like, if you're already a huge established creator like MKBHD or Mr. Beast or whoever who have like massive followings already, yeah, you can use both normal and Shorts. It's not going to fuck you up. But if you're someone who's trying to build a channel, it's not actually helpful, because you'll get a bunch of people who don't actually want your content. They just happen to hit follow on the Shorts feed. And soon the 5th YouTube channel for tabletops, Endeavorance. I'll probably put it in my games channel if I do stuff like that. We'll see. Cash Savage says, hey, I know we hooked up last week. I got tested and was positive with AIDS. Please be careful. Candy from okay, I don't know what that's all about, but hi, and thank you for the follow and bits. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I'm not super into AIDS jokes. Let's not do that in the future. Moving on. Thank you for the bits, I appreciate it. But that joke was not chill. Cool. Anyway, what else? Anything else I wanted to talk about before I hop off? I don't think I have anything else that I'm ready to talk about this second. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me on this. I told you it was going to be an abbreviated Monday afternoon stream. I told you it was going to be abbreviated. It was not abbreviated at all. Sorry that I streamed for the amount of time that I normally stream. Vibes get great with a trumpet. I kind of want to get that Trumpet Hero game. You know, like the like when we have to like play the songs on the fake trumpet thing. Oh, cap swap right before the end. All right. Well, then we'll close out with a cap swap. We're gonna do a poll. Question: what cap color? Blue or OJ? Start. Are we going with the blue cap or the orange cap? Blue cap or orange cap? What are we swapping to? And you'll get a peek at the dome. Don't worry. I'll show some skin. I'll expose myself on stream. Live. To all of you. I mean, earlier I was talking about how I dominated the river with a paddle, but, you know, now I'm just going to show some skin. Or dev or range. Already banned from TikTok, why not? I think I'm unbanned as of now. I'm not sure. Like, the ban went till like now-ish, I think. But I don't know. I'll probably stream on TikTok again until they ban me again, but that sucked, and I don't. Ugh. I was trying, and they were like, nah, we're gonna punish you, actually. Orange is winning by just a tiny little bit, and orange it is. Here we go. Cap swap. Enjoy the dome. It's gonna be pretty beautiful. I did actually shave this morning, so. Well, bam. Damn. Sometimes I see myself when I take off the hat, and I'm like, God, I should just stream without a hat on. Because I look fucking good. But, alas, the shine. The shine and the feeling weird staring at myself. It's not that bad with the green. It's not that bad with the green, actually. By the skin of my head. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out. I'm gonna go grab some dinner and pet this dog. Let's look at the dog once more. Look at that curled up pup. Look at that curled up pup. We love a good curled up pup. He's not quite snoot to tail, but he's pretty curled up. And we love that for him. It was a bit of a chiller stream. I'll probably get back to gaming and whatnot next time. Well, next time I'm going to be playing Paper Mario, but next Monday stream we'll probably have gaming and whatnot again. I just didn't have that in me today. But apparently I did have streaming for longer than 3 hours in me, so that's very good. Hope you don't have a rough night. Yeah, no. You're really faltering now. It's not working anymore. You can't get the better of me. Anyway, you all are so absolutely lovely. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to peace out and go get some dinner. Take care. Be well. I will see you definitely on Wednesday, possibly tomorrow. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.